course.
Hey, Bill.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
Bill.
Hey
Hi,
there.
Bill.
Hi. I'm here. What are you talking about?
No.
What's
Talking
that?
about you, Bill. No, we're not talking about you. I'm kidding.
Okay. Yeah, where's Rob? Oh, there you are, Rob. Right, you're the center
right
square. You're the center square. Okay.
Where's Vasily?
Uh,
Missing Mel. We're missing Mel.
he was there a second ago, and we're waiting for Mel. So, hey, you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you miss us?
Of course I do. It always seems so strange on a Sunday night when we're not together.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it really does. Some of you should know that there's Mel. There's Mel. There she is. Look at that beautiful background. You don't have that lame curtain behind you.
I know. I have a sound booth in the basement.
Wow.
No
Wow.
need for it in the bedroom.
You are looking like some good nun there tonight, honey.
I hope so.
You just missed
I won't have this on when I'm the nun.
I know that'll be so good. Yes.
Well, that looks very interesting with just the black in the background and your,
Yeah,
your
it
head
is.
there sitting.
Good,
It is.
good.
It is. So, hey, you guys, welcome back. Glad to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Zell. I did it about an hour ago.
You did what?
Zell.
Oh, did oh yeah, I did get it. Thank you
I'll
very
be right
much.
back.
Thank you very much. Good. Okay. So where'd Cam go?
She's here.
She's in the background.
All
She's
right,
not
all right.
clear.
So it shouldn't be a surprise to all of you who are involved, and I know everyone except Anj is. I've taken Vasily out of the role of Anushka in the reading, only because after watching it twice, it doesn't seem right that it's not a woman. It's misleading in a first reading of a play, and you start thinking that. Is it a man in drag? And they don't even talk. Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that, and that's fine.
We can't hear you, Vasya. We can't hear you.
And that, are you on? You're on, Vasily, right?
Yeah, but we can't hear him.
Now?
Now we can.
Now we can. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
unless there is a plot like that. Actually,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. It could have been like a story, that Charlie's Aunt, the play.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Or the importance of being, that's importance of being earnest.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole different thing. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know so it wouldn't be a shock. And Rob and I are working on a lot of cuts because we really felt that it dragged in a lot of places, and so we're
Yeah, I think I've cut about 8 to 10 pages in the
yeah,
first.
we've got the knife out. I haven't even done my cuts on it yet, so
Oh,
It's going to be a
As funny
two-page
as I
play.
thought I could
It'll be a
do.
one act when we're
no,
done.
listen, this is the best situation you can have because like I say, when Paul Bogart taught me that cutting lesson about All in the Family, he really, when you're cutting really good stuff that you like, then what's left is even better, and that's what you really want to try to do. You just
That's the experience that I'm having with it, and it was the most editing I've ever done for any of my work. So it was a good experience to edit.
yeah,
That's what I'm editing.
yeah.
I just want to add one thing to everybody. Of course, not you, Ansh, because you're not in the play, but I'm going to make some kind of announcement in the opening, I believe, and we can run this by, but that basically that we're working off of the scripts on our computers so that we can better present this to you. And on some occasions, sometimes people will slip with the mouse, and it's not a big deal. They'll just say, "Help! I'm lost! Help! I'm lost!"
Right.
And someone will get you back onto. So I just want to, I don't want people to feel tense about that happening. So this to give you kind of like, okay, it happened. Let's just get back on and let it go.
Yeah.
So anyway, something like that.
Well, we all know it's a reading, so
Right. Well, I'm just I'm talking about for the audience.
Sure, of course.
Okay.
But Bill, I thought you were just gonna put the note up saying the part is written for a woman, but Vasily has.
I was. And after the first weekend I watched it, I thought I could make that happen. But when I saw it run through the second time, it just kept hitting me. And I've got to sort of react to what I feel in the moment, especially when I'm directing something. If there's a moment that I say, no, I really don't think it was a really great idea in the beginning because there was Vasily and there was a perfect dialect and all that was just fell into place perfectly. But, you know, I just had to be honest with myself. So
So Vasily can't have my part. What other part are you going to give him instead?
he's going to be whoever we cast as the, as Anushka's dialect coach.
Now
But-
you're writing that in, okay.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be he's gonna help us with the dialect. And Vasily was okay with it too. Just tell him you were fine with it because you didn't feel it was right either, right, Vasily?
Honestly, I felt a little bit awkward, maybe
Yeah.
because I didn't feel completely right, maybe what I was doing or something, or maybe I felt awkward playing that character, though. You know, it depends. Maybe it wasn't clear enough for me what was the, you know, what was the goal in that play. I mean, because, you know, there's so many possibilities. Like I said, that, you know, John and I, frankly, you know, kind of spoke about this. You know, that could be a very interesting idea to bring this character as a man dressed up, like in Charlie's Aunt. And that would
Yeah,
be very funny,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Mhm.
But that's a different play, though. So
But that's
it's-
different, you know,
I'm,
it
you know, I'm
depends.
trying to support the play that Rob wrote rather than the play that it could be.
Well, but like Lady Bracknell in the Importance of Being Earnest, Richard Halverson played her as a
Oh,
woman.
of course, and it's long been played that way because she's this very strong woman, you know, and that's why they make that. And it's the same thing, sort of, actually, with Anushka. She's a very strong, single-minded woman, and I want that to come through a female body. That's all. I just don't. I think it's a different play. That's all. I just think it's
Okay. Well, I
my-
appreciate your input. I didn't see that until you said something, or I don't know. I'm not even sure if I see it right now, but
Well, I mean, so
I respect your feedback.
so imagine that you're playing Alfred in the play,
Mhm.
and you have to act attracted to Vasily's character. You know, it just there's none of that sexual attraction that is important to understand.
Okay,
why
all right.
he
I think I
switches
got
his-
you. I understand. I hear what you're saying now. I hear
Yeah,
what you're saying.
there's no replacement for real sexual attraction. So anyway, all right. So I just want to let you know. So tonight, are we all go? So John's not going to be here next week, so I'm going to focus just a little bit more on John tonight.
Okay.
And so, are we all going over the scenes that we're doing for the showcases? Is that what you focused on for tonight's work? Or is there anything extraneous to that that we need to work on first? Yeah, Anj.
What Vasily and I are not together. It's not in the play, but we did rehearse the shrink scene. Just
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, like I say, we can keep those
Not allowed to.
possibilities open as you continue to move on with it. Yes, Mel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Cam and I have been working on our scene as well.
Okay, on the
And John and I.
The drunk
drunk
scene.
scene. Okay, good.
Right, and Cindy and I have been working on the
Yeah.
psychiatrist therapist scene and beyond therapy as well. So
Okay, great. And
Yeah,
Cam,
but-
do you have any other issues tonight? You know, any audition things coming up or anything like you usually do? Okay,
no.
cool. All right, so Cam wanted to start early because she's all in pin curls. So we'll start with Cam and Rob, I assume, right?
I'm ready.
All right.
John book.
Okay, good. Oh, good. He's got a ugly little jacket there. That's great. Okay.
Okay, so bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. We'll see you soon.
God, I love that.
I do tell love when she comes out of nowhere.
Gotta get mine to work like that.
Okay, here we go. Anytime you're ready.
Ta-ta. You're a bad wife.
What do you mean?
Not making your husband a cup of tea. Terrible.
He knows I'm not a bad wife.
Giving him sour milk instead.
It wasn't sour.
Disgraceful.
You mind your own business anyway. You won't find many better wives than me, I can tell you. I keep a very nice house and I keep it clean.
Oh,
Yes, and this house is very well known as a very good boarding house for visitors.
Visitors. Do you know how many visitors you've had since I've been here?
How many?
One.
Who?
Me. I'm your visitor.
You're a liar. This house is on the list.
I bet it is.
I know it is. Was it nice?
What?
The fried bread?
Succulent.
You shouldn't say that word.
What word?
That word you said.
What? Succulent?
Don't say it.
What's the matter with it?
You shouldn't say that word to a married woman.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, it's true.
Who told you that?
Never you mind.
Well, if I can't say it to a married woman, who can I say it to?
You're bad.
Wine?
What about some tea?
What about some tea?
Do you want some tea? Say please.
Please.
Say sorry first.
Sorry first.
No, just sorry.
Just sorry.
You deserve the strap.
Don't do that.
I brought the pot in.
Oh, I don't know what I'd do without you.
You don't deserve it, though.
Why not?
Go on. Calling me that.
How long has this tea been in the pot?
That's good tea. Good strong tea.
This isn't tea, it's gravy.
It's not.
Get out of it, you suckling old washing bag.
I am not. And it isn't your place to tell me if I am.
Well, it isn't your place to come into a man's bedroom and wake him up.
Stanley. Don't you like your cup of tea? The one I bring you of a morning?
I can't drink this muck. Didn't anyone ever tell you to warm the pot at least?
That's good strong tea, that's all.
God, I'm tired. Not the bloody table!
Stan,
What?
am I really succulent?
Oh, you are. I'd rather have you than a cold in my nose any day.
You're just saying that.
Listen, line.
Sorry, I'm hearing you. Problem is that this thing went down and I pulled it back up and now I'm finding you.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Look, why don't you get this place cleared
Look,
up?
why don't you get this place cleared up? It's a pigsty. And another thing, what about my room? It needs sweeping, it needs papering. I need a new room.
Oh, Stan, that's a lovely room. I had some lovely afternoons in that room. Is the sun shining? What you smoking?
A cigarette?
You gonna give me one?
No.
I like cigarettes. Tickle, tickle.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Are you going out?
Not with you.
You'll be lonely all by yourself
Oh, will I?
without your old Meg.
Oh.
I gotta get things in for the two gentlemen.
What two gentlemen?
I'm expecting visitors.
What?
You didn't know that, did you?
What are you talking about?
Two gentlemen asked Petey if they could come and stay for a couple of nights. I'm expecting them.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's true.
You're saying it on purpose.
Petey told me this morning.
When was it? When did you see them?
Last night.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Here? They wanted to come here?
Yes, they did.
Why?
This house is on the list.
But who are they?
You'll see when they come.
They won't come.
Why not?
I tell you, they won't come. Why didn't they come last night if they were coming?
Perhaps they couldn't find this place in the dark. It's not easy to find in the dark.
They're not coming. Someone's taking the Michael. Forget all about it. It's a false alarm. A false alarm. Where's my tea?
I took it away. You didn't want it.
What do you mean you took it away?
Took it away.
What'd you take it away for?
You didn't want it.
Who says I didn't want it?
You did.
Who gave you the right to take away my tea?
You wouldn't drink it.
Mine?
Who do you think you're talking to?
Who do you think you're talking to?
What?
Come here.
What do you mean?
Come over here.
No.
I want to ask you something. Come on. All right, I can ask it from here just as well. Mrs. Bowles, when you address yourself to me, do you ever ask yourself who exactly you're talking to? Huh? Oh, jeez. Oh.
You enjoy your breakfast this morning, Stan? Stan, when are you going to play the piano again? Like you used to. I used to like watching you play the piano. When are you going to do it again?
I can't, can I?
Why not?
I haven't got a piano, have I?
No, I meant like when you had a job. That piano.
Go and do your shopping.
But you wouldn't have to go away if you got a job, would you? You could play the piano on the pier.
Line?
I have been offered a job.
I've been offered a job, as a matter of fact.
What?
Yes, I'm considering a job at the moment.
You're not.
Yes, a good one too. A nightclub in Berlin.
Berlin?
Yes, Berlin, a nightclub. Line?
Playing the piano.
Playing the piano. Line?
A fabulous salary.
A fabulous salary and all found.
How long for?
Line?
We don't stay in Berlin.
We don't stay in Berlin. Then we go to Athens.
How long for?
Then we pay a flying visit to what's his name?
Where?
Constantinople, Zagreb, Vladivostok. It's a round the world tour.
Have you played the piano there before?
Played the piano. I played the piano all around the world, all around the country. I once gave a concert.
A concert?
Yes, a concert. Fine.
It was a good one too.
It was a good one too. Mine.
They were there all night.
They were there all night. Every single one of them. Yes, a concert in Lower Edmonton.
What'd you wear?
Oh, it had a unique touch. Absolutely unique. They came up to me. They came up to me after and they said they were grateful. Champagne we had that night. The lot. Yeah. My father nearly came down to hear me. Well, I dropped him a card anyway, but I don't think he can make it. No, I lost the address. That's what it was. Yeah. Yes, Lower Edmonton. Then after that, do you know what they did? Huh, they carved me up. Carved me up. It was all arranged, it was all worked out. Someplace else it was, in winter. I went down there to play. And when I got there, the place was, the hall was closed up. Mine?
The place was shuttered up.
The place was shuttered up. Not even a caretaker. A fast one. They pulled a fast one. I'd like to know who's responsible for that. All right, Jack, I can take a tip. They want me to crawl down on my bending knees? Well, I can take a tip any day of the week. Look at her. You're just an old piece of rock cake, aren't you? That's what you are, aren't you?
Don't you go away, Stan. You stay here. You'll be better off. You stay with your old Meg.
Oh,
Stan,
oh.
aren't you feeling well this morning? Did you pay a visit this morning?
Oh. Meg, you know what?
What?
Have you heard the latest?
No,
I bet you have.
I haven't.
Shall I tell you?
What latest?
You haven't heard it?
No.
They're coming today.
Who?
They're coming in a van.
Who?
And you know what they've got in that van?
No.
Shall I tell you?
Line.
What?
What?
They've got a wheelbarrow in that van.
They don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
You're a liar.
A big wheelbarrow. And when the van, line?
When the van stops, they wheel
When
it
the
out.
when the van stops, they'll wheel out the wheelbarrow and they'll wheel it up to the garden and then they'll knock on the front door.
They don't.
Yes, they will. That's not, what's the line?
They're looking for someone.
They're looking for someone.
They're not.
Looking for someone, a certain person.
No, they're not.
Shall I tell you who they are?
No,
You don't want me to tell you?
you're a liar.
Right. That's end of scene.
Oh, good. So that knock's gonna sound like it's coming from someplace else, and then both, right,
It sounds too close, right?
right. Yeah, that's okay. Good, good.
How's that?
Yeah, and then both of you need to react to that like you just heard something that
Right,
neither of
right.
you actually thought was going to happen, right? And then you have that little moment of doubt, right? Great. And that'll be a much better ending to the piece. That'll be a good button to the piece.
Okay.
All
Good,
right.
good note.
Okay, good. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning on what's the very first line? What do you mean? Who has that line?
Me.
Yeah. Is that the very first line of the scene? That's not the first
No.
line.
No, it's ta-ta and you're a bad wife.
Yeah. What's your point of view when he says that, Cam? That's what I thought. So
Really, I don't know what he's talking about.
well, you're a bad wife. That sounds pretty specific, though. I mean,
Yeah.
are you going to be defensive about that? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying that because I know you're attracted to me and you're trying to, I mean, there's a lot of different.
Yeah. Okay. So I should be more defensive, like
Well, yeah.
more guilty.
Yeah, I mean, you should have an opinion. It should have a point of view. I mean, I think that it's the same thing with what's Rob's point of view by what's your point of view of telling her she's a bad wife? You see, the scene to me, after a number of times looking through it and listening to it, seems to me about what one person is doing to another and what one person can do to another. So when you're calling her a bad wife, you're trying to do something to her, Rob.
Right.
What is it specifically? And then it plays itself out what you're trying to do to her, and then it flips around and she starts doing something to you, right? And then
Yes.
and then it reaches a point and it's that sense of the give and take of what I'm doing to you and what you're doing to me that is still missing from this. And that launch is really important to know what those two things are. They need to be really sharp points of view.
Right.
Okay. What you have a line, I bet it is, right, Rob? What is that?
Right.
line? What is that in reference to?
I bet it is that she has what he has that she that her boarding house is on the list, meaning that she's has a high she's well classified as
Right.
being a worthy boarding house.
Right. And what's your point of view? Is that the truth or is it not the truth? Because if it's the truth, maybe there should be other people staying here. And if it's not the truth, that's why you're the only person there, which is a different point of view altogether.
Right.
And the
Well,
truth
my feeling is that I just want to, I don't know, I'm just knocking her down at every chance I can get.
well, yeah, sure. So I think you're being sarcastic is your point. Oh yeah, I bet it is. I bet it's number one on the list, And
Right.
yeah, I'm your only fucking guest. So I need to hear that point of view, right? You're sort of, it seems like, then you have, well, if I can't say it to a married woman, what's that in reference to? What's the line that says?
That's in reference to calling, saying that her fried bread is succulent.
Yeah. Well, if I can't say that to a married woman, who can I say? I think you're fucking around with her. And I think you're trying to put
Right.
her in her place. And I need to feel that. And then you have that God, I'm tired, right? And I want to ask you guys, is there a silence after that God, I'm tired?
Yes. Well, there's, God, I'm tired. Silence.
Right.
Meg goes to sideboard, collects a duster, and vaguely dusts the room, watching him.
Right.
She comes to the table and dusts it. So
Right.
that it's like, if we were doing it on stage, it would be long, long, long.
Right.
So I'm really abbreviating it.
That's good. I want you to the only way I want you to abbreviate it more is to pick that dusting thing up like right in front of you. Don't leave the screen. Pick that up and then decide what to do, and let the dusting be the activity, so that this is the other thing when you're dealing with Mamet or with Pinter or anybody who plays the pause, is you have to fill that pause with activity, or you have to fill that pause with a thought process. So there.
Okay.
Right. You have a line, Cam, that says you're just saying that. Right?
Yeah.
what's the, give me a couple lines before that. Would you guys read the couple lines before that?
I don't have the script in front of me. Hold on.
Yeah, it's, he says, I'd rather have you than because I say, am I really succulent? And
Yeah,
he said, oh, you are. I'd rather have you than a cold in the nose any day. And
yeah.
I say, oh, you're just saying that.
Oh, you're just, yeah. And I want you to hear something different. She's hearing what she wants to hear. It's really kind of a rude comment. So I want you to shyly react to that. I want you to believe in that shyness and that coquettishness. And then that moves right into where you're really starting to come on to him with the two visitors, talking about the two visitors that are coming. You know, there are going to be other people taking my attention now. See how that sort of connects into that beat, Cam?
Yeah, so what I hear is, yes, you are, you know, you're a babe.
Yeah. Let's do that. Give her that line setup and go through it and just keep playing it as if you're hearing what you want to hear. Okay. And then you play it into the little come on with the two visitors. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Okay, I'm not sure where we are right now. What line are we doing right now?
It's
Cindy, can you
page
find you're just saying that, or do you have it, Cam? What
right
page?
after not the bloody table. And I
Okay,
say
all right.
stand. It's after that paw thing. I've been dusting, you know.
Okay, fine, whatever you, and then you're gonna go into something. I'll just.
Page 10, Rob.
What?
It's page 10 if your script has pages, if that helps, the very top of it.
Okay, yes, all right, I got it, okay.
All right,
Okay.
so let's
All
go. Give her the compliment and then go into you're just saying that. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, you are? I'd rather have you than a cold in my nose any day.
You're just saying that.
Look, why don't you get this place cleared up? It's a pigsty. And another thing, what about my room? It needs sweeping, it needs papering. I need a new room.
Oh, Stan, that's a lovely room. I've had some lovely afternoons in that room. Is the sun shining? What you smoking?
Cigarette?
You gonna give me one?
No.
I
Now have fun with it. So no, so fuck with her a little, Rob, instead of just a hard ass no. Fuck with her a little bit because she's fucking with you. Ask him about the cigarette again, Cam.
What you smoking?
A cigarette?
You gonna give me one?
No.
I like cigarettes. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Wait for me.
Are you going out?
Not with you.
You'll be lonely. All by yourself.
Will I?
Got your own mag? I gotta get things in for the two gentlemen.
Well, what two gentlemen?
I'm expecting
That's
this.
great. That's great. You see how that's so nice, Rob? In other words, that you think you've got full advantage of her right there. And then she turns it on. She completely turns it around on you. Now she's got to work it from here. She's got to work at you from here. She's got to work at your insecurities from here. You see how
Yeah.
those are the things that you guys have to find is the clear places where you guys are turning it around on each other and doing something to the other person. And then the other person realizes it and turns it around on them. That's the dynamic that you guys need to clearly set out on your work in the continuance of this. That's what's really going to make it deeper, because we will see that activity when you have that thought thought process behind, I'm trying to fuck with him. I'm trying to do something. Oh, you're going to be lonely without me. You know, when they come, who's coming? And all of a sudden you're on the defensive, and she hears that. And now she takes advantage of it, I bet. When he says, who's coming? What's your line to that, Cam?
I don't know. First time it's I don't know. The second time it's you'll see.
Yeah,
what-
you see how fun it's like, I don't know. You're worried, aren't you? I don't know, but you're worried, aren't you? It's got to have that aspect, that suggestive aspect to it. That's what you guys really have to work on clearly. Okay.
Okay.
When
Okay.
did you see them? You know, oh yeah, and then it's like there's a whole series of questions that I'm sure there are no pauses, and it starts with when did you see them?
Right.
Who says that line? That's you,
That's
Rob.
me. That's me. That's me.
What do you say there?
When did you see them? No, what is it? When was it? When did you see it?
No, it's not when did I don't think,
When
did
was?
you-
when did he?
When was it? When did you see them? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
It's when did he see them? Because we're talking about Petey.
Oh, right. When
Yeah.
did he see them? Right. When was it? When did he see them?
Last night.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Didn't he tell you their names?
No.
Here, they wanted to come here.
Yes, they did.
But who? Why? But why?
This house is on the list.
But who are they?
You'll see when they come.
They won't come.
Why not?
I tell you, they won't come. If they were coming, why didn't they come last night? If they were coming,
Perhaps they couldn't find
Good,
this
good. And
place.
you see how that's a challenge. If they were coming, why didn't they come last night? Tell me that. You're putting this shit on me. If they didn't come, why didn't they come last night? Right? You see how you're defending what she's trying to do to you. You're trying to call her on what she's trying to do to you. Do you see that? Right? You see, and those tighter rhythms, once those questions, those series of questions happen without pauses, need to have a little tighter rhythm because you're jumping on the other person. You're taking advantage of that other person. You see how that's working on her?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
And you felt that, Cam, right? This time it was like you were defensively answering every one of those questions. It was coming so fast, right? And then he has another little breakdown, and then you go, when are you going to play the piano? Right? And then that begins another little move to you, which then again, he turns around on you when he says, oh yeah, well, I'm going on tour, which means, yeah, I'm going to play the piano, but you're not going to hear it. You see, that's what those things are. And you guys have clearly got to lay those things out. You've got the ideas of the characters, but you've got to play more deeply what you're trying to do to that other person.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right?
It's true love. That's all I could say. Right? True love.
Absolute true love. Absolutely. Well, yeah. And isn't the beginning of any love affair based on insecurity? I mean, you see, you're playing on each other's insecurities. That's really what it is.
Right.
That's really what it is. And Rob, please continue when you do your line calls. Don't give up on your line. Don't get mad at yourself. You know, that's the playwright Rob getting mad at himself. I don't want the actor Rob to get mad at himself when he's rehearsing. I want you to always continue to move it forward and call pause. What the fuck is that line? You know, I want you to stay in that character.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, good.
Bill,
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Is it okay to add activity that is not tight on the screen?
Absolutely. It's all right as long as you don't break the rhythm that's written.
Okay, well, right now I am because I don't have the lines.
Yeah.
And the activity sharp enough, but I eventually I won't.
Absolutely. You can coach it. You can couch it with any activity as long as you don't break the rhythm.
Okay, I mean, is it all right to be like this far away and?
Yeah, depending on what it is. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll see. Yeah.
so you'll tell me.
Yeah. You guys continue to make decisions based on what we're talking about. And then we'll edit from there, make aggressive decisions. And I see you guys are a little further off book this time, and that's good too. Let's try to shoot for, if we can shoot for not next time, but the time after next, being completely off book, that would be awesome. Okay? But realize when you're working on this, what am I doing to you? I'm having fucking with you, you know? And it's like, oh no, you don't. That's what it is. Play with each other even more. It's great. It's coming along great. You guys understand the characters well. You're just not clear on when those points are, when who's doing what to who, and what's their point of view of it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Come on back, everybody. Good. And I also have to say that the very last beat, about the wheelbarrow coming, that's awesome. I really felt the tone of what we talked about last week, that, you guys really were talking about the gravedigger. You were really talking about somebody who was coming to bury something, and there was fear and worry and all those really great things in it. Really nice work. Remember we talked about that last
Oh,
week?
yeah, sure. I remember. Yeah. I shook my head.
Well, and what I'm saying to you guys is, yes, you accomplished that now, and that's a really clear beat. Now you've got to make those other beats just as clear as that one that we talked about last week. Good.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Any comments from anybody else? Nope. All righty. Let's go. You want to, John and Mel, do you want to do Doubt? Is that good for you?
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
Cindy, can you be on book, please?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just pulling up your oops, I gotta go to the scene.
Thank you.
I'm
Great,
pulling
thank you,
up your
Cindy.
scene.
Thank you.
And thanks, Cindy, for being on book for us.
Oh, sure. Where is it? What scene number is it, guys?
It's the second to last scene, Cindy.
9, I think. Let's see. It's right after Mrs. Mueller.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
May I come in?
We would require a third party.
What was Donald's mother doing here?
We were having a chat.
About what?
Third party is truly required, Father.
No sister, no third party. You and me are due for a talk. You have to stop this campaign against me.
You can stop it at any time.
How?
Confess and resign.
You are attempting to destroy my reputation. But the result of all this is going to be your removal.
I want to go back one more time, because what I still don't feel in that launch from you, John, is that this is a real spur of the moment busting into her office. That it's just like you didn't expect it, and you're even not on your game, but you emotionally react to something right away, and you're lost in that emotional reaction.
Okay.
Okay, you know what I mean, right?
Yep.
That's really where you got to put yourself in the very beginning. All right, let's try it again. Here we go.
May I come in?
We would require a third party.
What was Donald's mother doing here?
We were having a chat.
About what?
A third party is truly required, Father.
No sister, no third party. You and me are due for a talk.
Great, John. That is absolutely and great. Now, Mel, I want her to be able to sense what's going on with him, right? That you can hear that he's in a little bit of a state, right? You can, because he's not in his normal protected state. You can feel he's sort of in a vulnerable state. And what I want you to try to do is to hyperactivate that vulnerable state. In other words, I want you to realize the advantage that you have here the minute he comes in your room, which is why you try to send him out, because you know he's not going to leave, and that's going to throw him off his game. So that initially you're playing it already. You're so smart. You see the vulnerability in your opponent right away. Okay, here we go. Let's try it one more time and see where those two ideas take you guys. Here we go.
May I come in?
We would require a third party.
What was Donald's mother doing here?
We were having a chat.
About what?
Third party is truly required, Father.
No, sister, no third party. You and me are due for a talk. You have to stop this campaign against me.
You can stop it at any time.
How?
Confess and resign.
You are attempting to destroy my reputation. But the result of all this is going to be your removal, not mine.
What are you doing in this school?
I'm trying to do good.
Or even more to the point, what are you doing in the priesthood?
You are single-handedly holding this school and this parish back.
From what?
Progressive education and a welcoming church.
You can't distract me, Father. This isn't about my behavior. It's about yours.
It's about your unfounded suspicions.
That's right. I have suspicions.
But you know what I haven't understood through all this? Why do you suspect me? What have I done?
You gave that boy wine to drink and you let him take the blame.
That's completely untrue. Did you talk to Mr. McGinn?
All Mr. McGinn knows is the boy drank wine. He doesn't know how he came to drink it.
Did his mother have anything to add to that?
No.
Then that's it. There's nothing there.
I'm not satisfied.
Well, if you're not satisfied, ask the boy then.
No, he'd protect you. That's what he's been doing all along.
Oh, and why would he do that?
Because you have seduced him.
You're insane. You've got it in your head that I've corrupted this child after giving him wine, and nothing I say will change that.
That's right.
Line.
But correct me if I'm wrong.
But correct me if I'm wrong. This has nothing to do with the wine, not really. You had a fundamental mistrust of me before this incident. It was you who warned Sister James to be on the lookout, wasn't it?
That's true.
So you admit it.
Certainly.
Why?
Because I know people.
That's not good enough.
It won't have to be.
How's that?
You will tell me what you have done.
Oh, I will?
Yes.
I'm not one of your truant boys, you know. Sister James is convinced I'm innocent.
So you talked to Sister James. Well, of course, you talked to Sister James.
Did you know that Donald's father beats him?
Yes.
And might that not account for the odd behavior that Sister James noticed in the boy?
It might.
So then what is it? What did you hear? What did you see that's convinced you so thoroughly?
What does it matter?
I want to know.
On the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist and I saw the boy pull away.
That's all?
That was all.
But that's nothing.
What are you writing now?
You leave me no choice. I'm writing down what you say. I tend to get too flustered to remember the details of an upsetting conversation, and this may be important. When I talked to the Monsignor and explained why you have to be removed as principal of this school.
This morning, before I spoke with Mrs. Muller, I took the precaution of calling the last parish to which you were assigned.
What did he say?
Who?
The pastor?
I did not speak to the pastor. I spoke to one of the nuns.
You should have spoken to the pastor.
I spoke to a nun.
That's not the proper route for you to have taken, sister. The church is very clear. You're supposed to go through the pastor.
Why? Do you have an understanding, you and he? Father Flynn, you have a history.
You have no right to go rummaging through my past.
This is your third parish in 5 years.
Call the pastor and ask him why I left. It was perfectly innocent.
I am not calling the pastor.
I am a good priest, and there's nothing in my record to suggest otherwise.
You will go after another child and another until you are stopped.
Which nun did you speak to?
I won't say.
I've not touched a child.
You have.
You have not the slightest proof of anything.
But I have my certainty. And armed with that, I will go to your last parish and the one before that. I'll find a parent, Father Flynn, trust me, I will. A parent who probably doesn't know that you are still working with children. And once I do that, you will be exposed. You may even be attacked, metaphorically or otherwise.
You have no right to act on your own. You are a member of a religious order. You're taking vows, obedience being one. You answer to us. You have no right to step outside the church.
I will step outside the church if that's what needs to be done, though the door should shut behind me. I will do what needs to be done, even if I am damned to hell. And you should understand that, Father, or you mistake me. Now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
Have you never done anything wrong?
I have.
Mortal sin?
Yes,
And?
I confessed it. Did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
Whatever I have done, I have left in the healing hands of my confessor, as have you. We are the same.
We are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites. I do not justify what I do and go on. I admit it, desist, and take my medicine. Did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
No.
Mental reservations?
No.
You lie. Very well. If you won't leave my office, I will. And once I go, I will not stop.
Wait.
You will request a transfer from this parish. You will take a leave of absence until it is granted.
And do what, for the love of God? My life is here.
Don't.
Please, are we not people? Am I not a person, flesh and blood like you? Or are we just ideas and convictions? I can't say everything, do you understand? There are things I can't say. Even if you can't imagine the explanation, sister, remember there are circumstances beyond your knowledge. Even if you feel certainty, it is an emotion and not a fact. In the spirit of charity, I appeal to you on behalf of my life's work. You have to behave responsibly. I leave myself in your hands.
I don't want you.
My reputation is at stake.
You can preserve your reputation.
If you say these things, I won't be able to do my work in the community.
Your work in the community should be discontinued.
You'd leave me nothing.
That's not true. It's Donald Muller that has nothing, and you took full advantage of that.
I have not done anything wrong. I care about that boy very much.
Because you smile at him and sympathize with him and talk to him as if you are the same.
That child needed a friend.
You are a cheat. The warm feeling you experienced when that boy looked at you with trust was not the feeling, the sensation of virtue. It can be got by a drunkard from his tot of rum. You are a disgrace to the collar. The only reason you haven't been thrown out of the church is the decline in vocations.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
You can't know that.
I know that.
Where's your compassion?
Nowhere that you can get at it. Stay here. Compose yourself. Use the phone if you want. Good day, Father. I have no compassion for you. Line.
I know you're invulnerable.
I know that you are invulnerable to true regret, and cut your nails.
Okay. Good.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, so tell me, what do you guys feel after that run?
It just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and that feels better. I mean, it keeps moving ahead, and I don't know, getting more to where it needs to be.
Yep. How about you, Mel?
My initial reaction when you asked that was, I don't feel anything, because I'm Mel and I don't feel anything.
Okay.
No, I don't know. But
That's always a
as
good
as
answer.
Mel, I am feeling she's a real bitch. But as what's her name? I think she was just going pow, 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 pow.
I mean, you feel like that's all you're doing?
There's one point when I'm not doing that, when he says, have you ever, sinned, or whatever it is he says.
Yeah.
Have you never done anything wrong?
And also when I say that's not true, it's Donald Muller. I'm getting inside me a little bit there, but
Okay.
other than that, I think pretty much I'm
Okay.
going to go on and on and on, and I'm seeing you crack, and I see you crack, and I see you're cracking more, and you're cracking more.
All right. So let me replace this with just a series of facts. You gave that boy wine. That's a fact. Doesn't have to be punch. You're using the facts, right? The fact is, you have seduced him. That's a fact. In other words, it doesn't have to be. It's a reciting of the facts, and I think that will take that feeling away from you, Mel, and allow you to approach it with the strength of the fact and not the strength of being strong. You understand what I'm saying? The facts speak for themselves. They are strong enough in themselves. Does that make sense?
I have to work on it.
Well, let's just try this. Let's just go. You gave that boy wine. Make that a fact and pick up the dialogue from there. I'm not going to go off the screen, but just do it right from there. Go. Fact. Go.
You gave that boy wine to drink.
That's completely untrue. Did you speak to Mr. McGinn?
All Mr. McGinn knows is the boy drank wine. He doesn't know how he came to drink it.
Did his
You're
mo-
explaining that to him as opposed to holding on. All Mr. Muller knows is that he gave him the wine. And in other words, here's the next fact, right? That was another fact. What you're doing is responding to him. And that's why it's feeling like that. What I want you to do is to respond to him only with the fact and play it as a fact. Try it again from you gave that boy wine. That's a fact.
You gave that boy wine to drink. What is the actual line?
You gave that boy wine to drink and you let him take the blame.
That's right. Thanks. You gave that boy wine to drink and you let him take the blame.
That's completely untrue. Did you talk to Mr. McGinn?
All Mr. McGinn knows is the boy drank wine. Doesn't know how he came to drink it.
Did his mother have something to add to that?
No, all
No.
Mr. McGinn knows is the boy drank wine. It had nothing. It's just the flat fact that comes right back to him. In other words, it's taking what he's saying to you and then using it against him. He's saying, did you ask the boy's father? Yeah, as a matter of fact, he just knows this. That's the fact. Clearly, it's taking what he's giving you and using it against him. Feel that again. Try that once again. You gave that boy wine to drink, or whatever that line is. Go.
You gave that boy wine to drink and you let him take the blame.
That's completely untrue. Did you talk to Mr. McGinn?
All Mr. McGinn knows is the boy drank wine, doesn't know how he came to drink it.
Did his mother have something to add to that?
No,
Then that's it. There's nothing there.
I'm not satisfied.
Good. And see, and that's the fact. I'm not satisfied. That
Is that more what you're looking for?
yes, yes, that's more what you're, that keeps it from feeling like you're punching it.
But
You know
I
what
like the feeling of punch. I like that feeling.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is that there are different kinds of punches. In other words, what you did was take advantage of what he just said and put it back on him. I want you to look for those opportunities. I got a couple other places. I wanted to use that as an example. John, you are single-handedly, what is that line?
You are single-handedly holding this school and this parish back.
Yeah, and so what's the line she says that makes you say that next line? What's the line before that?
What's your line before that, Mel? It's what is it, Cindy?
Okay, wait.
At the beginning. It's at the beginning of the scene.
Yeah. What did he say? I spoke.
Because I say to her,
It's near the beginning of the scene.
yeah, I say to her, you're trying to destroy my let's do these lines, Mel. You're trying to destroy my reputation, but the result of all this is going to be your removal, not mine.
What are you doing in this school? More to the point, what are you doing in this school?
I'm trying to do good.
Even more to the point, what are you doing in the parish?
You are single-handedly holding this school and this parish back.
From
Right,
what?
right. What are you doing in this? What you're doing is turning a whole issue around. You're reversing it on her, John. In other words, she's talking about this one specific instance. You're talking about her whole history ever since she's been here. Something that you've never said to her. You've only talked behind her back about that. So it's again, you reversing using what she's saying on you.
Right. I mean, I was approaching it like I'm looking at her and I'm listening to her. And in my head, I'm saying, you see your attitude right here? This is why the church is not going anywhere. That's what I'm thinking when.
Right.
That's what I'm saying to her in my head.
Absolutely. But you are single-handed is something that has nothing to do with the moment. It has to do with the whole history of since she arrived. I just want you to be aware that whole history is in there.
Okay.
It was you with Sister James. What is that?
It was you. It was, I forget what's the line right before I say, it was you who warned Sister Jane. Oh, I say you had but this is not about the wine, not really. You had a fundamental mistrust of me before this incident. It was you who warned Sister James to be on the lookout, wasn't it?
And she goes, of course. So that's a sort of another one of those wild accusations that you've been holding for a long. It was you that did it, wasn't it? And you never expected her to admit that, right? So that it has to have that sort of.
Oh, okay. You gave me that note last time. I thought I did it, but I guess it didn't come through. Okay.
Okay, great. Good. Now watch what happens is, Mel, what happens right before you say, I went to the last parish. I went to the last parish you were at. What's right before there?
This morning, before I spoke with Mrs. Muller, I took the liberty of calling the last parish to which you were assigned. That one?
Yeah. Give me 2 lines before that with you and John and go from there for a second.
Cindy, we may need your help.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Yeah, what's the line again? What's your line again?
I went to the last parish
This morning before I spoke with Mrs. Muller.
Oh, and I say, and I say, and what did he say?
No, but before we're going
okay.
before.
I want to go a couple lines before that.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Don't worry. Cindy's looking. We'll get it.
Isn't it
Tell me
funny?
what your line is again. I'm sorry.
This morning, before I spoke with Mrs. Muller, I took it's not the liberty, but it's something.
Yeah, you
calling the last parish.
I got it. Okay. It says, this morning before I spoke with Mrs. Muller, I took the precaution of calling the last parish to which.
But we want the lines before that.
Give me 3 lines before that. Who says it and what's the line?
2, 3. Well, it's right after the whole thing about what did you see?
Give me the line 3 lines before that. What's the line?
3 lines before is that was all, which is that when you say you're talking about seeing William London's wrist.
Right. I say that, but that was all.
That was all. All right, let's go right from there.
That was all?
That was all.
See, and that's a fact. That was all.
That
Bingo.
was all.
That's a, yeah,
That
bingo.
was all.
Again, go.
But that's nothing.
What are you writing now?
You leave me no choice. I'm writing down what you say. I tend to get too flustered to remember the details of an upsetting conversation, and this may be important when I speak to the Monsignor and explain why you have to be removed as the principal of this school.
And then it goes into this morning.
Right. Oh, good.
This
So
morning.
then now this really to me looks like, oh, you want to play tough? You want to play rough? You want to go there? Is that where you want to go? You want to go to the fucking Monsignor? Yeah. Well, let me tell you what I did. I just went to the last parish you were at, baby. In other words, it's like calling him on his game right at the same level. It's like if you're going to go to that level, then I want you to know I already went there. I went to another place, so that it's almost like, okay, you want to play? You want to play rough? I'll tell you how to play rough. I've already started playing rough. I went to the last parish. I think that's what it's in reaction to. I think that's what motivates her to do that. And I think she's ready to engage it. You know, I think she feels threatened in that moment, and she's ready to pull out her ace. And her ace is the information that she got from Mrs. Muller and from the last parish. She's playing all of her cards.
Even though it's a lie.
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. That's how you play poker. You know, you play poker by bluffing. You play poker by making you say, okay, is that what you want to do? You really want to raise this hand here? Let me tell you something. I can raise the hand too. And it's going right after him from that point. Right? When you say, I'll find a parent, what you're really saying is, I'm good at this. I'll find a parent. I mean, I fucking know I'm good at this. There's that aspect, you know, that she's always ready to engage on whatever level is confronting her. That's what I'm talking about, is that there's a, you know, you meet these people in life and it's like, what can I say to get through to this person? Because it's like Jim Jordan, you know, how do you get through the strength of his strength? And that's what you're really exhibiting here, is you're willing to go all the way if he's going to pull that on you. That's what I'm talking about. Use it. I will step beyond the church. You know, if you think I'm going to go beyond, go on. Okay, I'm using this. Yeah, you think I'm going to go far? No, I'm going to go beyond that. Right? It's absolutely taking it as far as you can. Before, John, have you never done anything wrong? What's the line that motivates have you never done anything wrong that she says?
What is your line before that, Mel? Hold
Did
on.
you give Donald Mother wine to drink, isn't it?
Say it again.
Have you noticed?
Yeah. Now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink? She's a
Right.
long speech about stepping outside the church first, and then says that.
Now step outside the church. Let's go right from there, would you? Here we go.
From I will step outside the church.
That'll be great.
I will step outside the church if that's what needs to be done, though the door should shut behind me. I will do what needs to be done. Father, trust me. No, fuck. I will step outside the church if that's what needs to be done, though the door should shut behind me. I will do what needs to be done, Father, even if it means I am damned to hell. And you should understand that, or you mistake me. Now, did you give Donald Muller wine to drink?
Now you're sort of out of breath with that, John. Right. And the next, where does that come from? That's got to come from that whole sort of foggy area. And what do I say to that? How do I react to that? Where does that come? And you've got to be in that fog to create that question. It puts me in a fog, I'll tell you that, because goddamn, it just, yeah, because it has that sense like, I'm going to fucking win anyway. Have you never done anything wrong? You know what? I don't know. What is it? It just puts you in a place you just don't know where you are. Okay. pickup. We are, and Mel, I would automatically, you have a line, we are not the same. That should be a really quick pickup. There was a pause
Yeah.
before at this time. That should be a really quick pickup.
Okay.
Yep. We are not, are we not people, John, in that line? Is another at lost line. I mean, what else, and I that's really the last area that you just have to be that deflated tire that's trying to inflate itself again and gets deflated again. It's just never come up against anything like this in your life. And then she says, you will lose. And that's not a threat, that's a fact. That's not a threat, that's a fact. You will lose, period. And I think that's, you can punch all you want to punch, Mel, if you're enjoying that, but punch with the facts. Don't punch to punch. Use the fact as the punch.
Okay.
Okay?
Hmm.
Okay, great. It's coming along and it is getting deeper for both of you. Absolutely.
It is.
It really is. And I still feel, John, that right there when I'm talking about just those 2 times when it's just, I just don't know what to say. It's the worst time when you're in an interview like this. It's just horrible. And I've been in interviews like this.
Mhm.
It's just horrible. It's unbelievable to you that anyone could think that you could do what they're talking to you about. That there's that betrayal to begin with, and then there's all these other things that are going on top of it. You're almost there, but it's just the weakness and trying to exist through completely being almost defeated on every front. You really are. She just gets you on every front. Okay, good, you guys. Nice work.
Good.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Bill.
Really coming forward.
Thank you.
Okay, come on back. Okay, yes. Anybody else have anything to say about that?
Oh,
Wow.
it is getting deeper and deeper.
Isn't it?
Wonderful.
It
It's
really
beautiful
is.
scene.
It is a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Cindy, what are you up to? What are you? We haven't seen DMV in a while. You guys want to run that once, or
I
have
think
you?
we're going to do it next time. Not
Okay,
Yeah, we've been working on Angels and I've worked on Beyond Therapy with John and the 2 scenes with Rob.
okay, all right. Well, then let's do Angels, and then on deck we'll come back and do Anj and John in that crazy Christopher Durang play.
And we have the 2 scenes and
Yes, I know.
Anj and I, yeah.
I know that. I know, and I also
And then
That's
when-
silly.
I also want to get our Anj and Mel. Did you guys work on your scene?
Yes.
From
Yes.
from the Lillian Hellman play? Great.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, I'm getting to you. Here we go. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. One wants to move with elegance and grace, blossoming infrequently but with exquisite taste and perfect timing. Like a rare bloom, a zebra orchid. One wants. But one so seldom wants what one wants. Does one? No, one does not. One gets fucked over. One dies at 30, robbed of decades of majesty of the fuck the shit. Fuck the shit. I look like a corpse. A corpse hat. Oh, queen, oh my queen. You know you hit rock bottom when you even drag as a drag.
Are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my hallucination?
I'm not in your hallucination, you're in my dream.
You're wearing makeup,
So are you?
but you're a man.
My hands and feet give it away.
There must be some kind of mistake here. I don't recognize you. You're not. Are you some sort of imaginary friend?
No. Aren't you too old to have imaginary friends?
I have emotional problems. I take too many pills. Why are you wearing makeup?
I was in the progress of applying the phase, making myself to feel better. I swiped the new fall colors at the Clinique counter at Macy's.
You stole these?
I was out of cash. It was an emotional emergency.
Joe will be so angry. I promised him no more pills.
This pills you're alluding to?
Valium. I take Valium, lots of Valium.
And you're dancing as fast as you can.
Oh, no, I'm not addicted. No, Mormons don't believe in addiction. And I never drink and I never take drugs.
Well, smell you, Nancy Drew.
Except Valium.
Except Valium. We
No.
wasters.
It's terrible. Mormons aren't supposed to be addicted to anything. I'm a Mormon.
I'm homosexual.
Oh, in my church, we don't believe in homosexuals.
And in my church, we don't believe in Mormons.
What kind of church? Oh, I get it. I don't understand this. I mean, if I didn't ever see you before, and I don't think I did, then I don't think you should be here in this hallucination, because in my experience, the mind, which is where hallucinations come from, well, it shouldn't be able to make up anything that wasn't there to begin with, or didn't enter it from experience, from the real world. I mean, imaginations, they can't create anything new, can it? It only recycles bits and pieces from the world and reassembles some divisions. Am I making sense right now?
Given the circumstances, yes.
So when we think we've escaped the unbearable ordinariness and, well, untruthfulness of our lives, it's really the same old ordinariness and falseness rearranged into the appearance of novelty and truth. Nothing unknown is noble. Don't you think that's depressing?
The limitation of imagination?
Yes.
Well, it's like you learn something that out the second theme party. It's all been done before.
Yeah, but the world, it's so finite, very, very. This is the most depressing hallucination I've ever had.
Apologies, but I do try to be amusing.
Oh, well, don't apologize. I mean, I can't expect someone who's really sick to entertain me.
How on earth did you know?
Oh, that happens. This is the very threshold of revelation sometimes. You can see things, how sick you are. Do you see anything about me?
Yes.
What?
You're amazingly unhappy.
No, big deal. Meet a Valium addict, think she's unhappy. That doesn't count. Of course, no, something else, something surprising.
Something surprising.
Yes.
Your husband's a homo.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Really?
Threshold of revelation.
Oh, well, I don't like your revelations. I don't think you intuit well at all. Joe's a very normal man. Oh God. Oh God. Do homosexuals like to take lots of long walks?
Oh, we do.
Oh.
In stretch pants with lavender quaffs. Just looked at you and there was a
Sort of blue streak of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Like you knew me incredibly well.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to go now. I could get back. Something just fell apart. Oh God, I feel so sad.
I'm sorry. I usually say fuck the truth, but usually the truth fucks you.
I see something about you.
Oh.
Deep inside you, there's a part of you, the most inner part. It's entirely free of disease. I can see that.
Is that? No. That's not true. That's not true.
Threshold of revelation. Home.
People come and go so quickly here.
Good, you guys. Good. Okay. All righty. Good. Already have makeup on, play more. Yeah. Hey, Vasily, in the beginning, can you already have some makeup on?
I was thinking about it.
Yeah. And can it be fall? Make sure it's fall colors. If you have makeup on, that would be browns and burnt siennas and
I can try find something. Yeah.
Yes, try to. Yeah, I mean, I think it needs a more outrageous look at the very beginning, especially with your eyes. Because what's the first line about your eyes? You say something about. You say something. Oh no, it's. I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeMille.
Yes.
do you know what? Yeah, you know, that's what that looks like in the movie. And so if you're using makeup to really accentuate your eyes, and then you hit that and do that Gloria Swanson moment really well, it's going to take the playing to a stronger degree. You have to play more. You're not playing enough yet. And having the real makeup and actually putting real lipstick on instead of
Yeah, I know. It's just, you know,
You've got
I'm
a Sephora near
I'm
you.
just
You'd
trying
stop
to
that
figure
stuff.
out because the putting makeup, it's a whole process, and you know, we coming to the point when we're going to perform, we have to make a decision when I'm going to do it. I have to do it at the very first scene when I'm going to perform, or the last one, so I have enough time to apply that makeup. You know what I mean?
well, we'll make sure you do. You know, I mean, we'll make sure we'll put them in an order so that you have time to do that. So don't worry about that.
And
Yeah, Ans, what?
you're muted.
You mute.
Go to Sephora
If
too.
you have a powder or rouge with a brush, I mean, that saves time. You've got that. And if you can have your eye makeup a little bit done already, so you're finishing the powder and the lipstick.
Yeah, I mean, maybe what we can do is make this the very first scene that we do.
Right.
And then it'll be a while before we have to see you again. So that'll be good. Then so don't worry about that. Start that the next time we work on it with that, and really work on your eyes a lot, right? Work on your eyes a lot.
Mhm.
Into dyes at 30, fuck shit, smear corpse. Yeah. Oh shit. You know, you can, when you go you can actually smear a piece of your makeup before you look like a corpse. You can fuck with it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe it's just like one eye that you do it to,
Right.
right? But it's those specific things that are going to make that whole first section work really well for you and put us off in the right place. Let's see, accused at first sight, accused. Yeah, the very first time you guys meet, Cindy, when you pop on, what's the first line when you pop on? Go right ahead. It's
Are you? And then he pulls the thing down and I go, who are you?
yeah. And
And I say, no, so who are you?
What are you doing in my hallucination?
I'm not in your hallucination, you're in my dream.
You're wearing makeup,
So are you.
but you're a man.
So this is what I didn't know what to do at this moment, because in directions in the play it says that he looks in the reflection of the mirror, sees that his reflection, he kind of imitating that, like screaming and just like cutting himself with the lipstick, imitating suicide, and imitating death. So I'm just trying to come up with an idea how to make it work here, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense what I'm doing.
Oh, I kind of like the idea of cutting your neck off with your lipstick. I really like that.
Well, I know that idea, but the thing is, I have to make sure that I was thinking about to use this mirror.
I saw you use it once.
It's just like, because at the beginning, what I do, I'm playing into the camera.
Right, I know you are. I know.
But the thing is that then then the other character is appearing, and then it gets a little bit confusing because she's looking at me, and we're having a conversation, and yet where's the mirror?
No, watch this. Watch this. Take it again and again. This time, and what my note was on the beginning of this was the two of you should have an argument about where the hell you are. And when you just did it this time through, you did argue. And that's exactly the right way to go. Start it again. And who the hell are you? Or however it starts. And go.
Are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my hallucination?
I'm not in your hallucination. You're in my dream.
You're wearing makeup.
So are you.
But you're a man.
Good. So now look, now look. So you don't have you can actually you can go, oh. Yeah, like, and so then it's a response to yeah. See, so it's just you just have to invent something different like that to make that work.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. But the idea that you're accusing each other of being in the wrong place is exactly way to launch the scene. That's exactly right. Okay. Cindy, I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted. You got to be, you've really got to defend that truthfully.
I didn't do enough. Okay.
No, you've got to deny, methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Wrong Shakespeare.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks,
That's
but
just,
oh, I'm not addicted.
I did-
Mormons are not supposed to be addicted to anything.
I'm not addicted. What the fuck are you talking? I'm not fucking addicted.
Okay.
Right? Let's go right from there. Give me that setup. Here we go.
Where is that? Now I gotta pull this up. Which I didn't leave in context, but I'm not addicted.
It's on the second page.
Page 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So where do you want us to go from?
Just somewhere before I'm not addicted.
Oh, Valium. I take Valium. Lots of Valium.
That's well, you're dancing as fast as you can.
No, I'm not addicted. No, I don't believe in addiction, and I never drink, and I never take drugs.
No, stay away. I never drink and I never take drugs, except Valium. In other words, you've got to keep that same thing all the way through. Start it, Cindy.
Okay.
Don't turn it around. Trust where it's taking you. Go do it once again and go.
Okay. Valium. Take Valium. Lots of Valium.
And you're dancing as fast as you can.
Now, I'm not addicted. I don't believe in addiction. I never drink. I never take drugs.
Good. I want you to almost be insulted that he's suggesting that. All right. I'm not. Who the fuck are you? I'm not a fucking addicted. Actually, use the fuck exercise. Go ahead. Start it again.
All right.
Go. And go.
Okay.
And this pills you keep alluding to?
Yes. Keep going.
I take Valium. Lots of Valium.
And you're dancing as fast as you can.
I'm not addicted. I don't fucking believe in addiction. And I never fucking drink, and I never take drugs.
Well, smell you, Nancy Drew.
Except Valium.
Good. Right. See, right. Except Valium. And then you have to admit it. You don't start over again. You hang on to that energy and then follow through with the admittance. And then it's a real surprise, Cindy. That'll work great. All right.
And then
And
this bills you keep alluding to?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're having a great time with it because you're putting her in her place. It's working really nicely. Cindy, you have a line where you say, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah.
What do you get?
He says,
I'm a homosexual.
he's getting that that he's making a joke. There is no church that doesn't believe in Mormons.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then you say, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah.
Right. And then from then on, strangely enough, her confusion is gone and she starts speaking from a point of logic. Watch what happens. Go right from, "Oh, I get it." And then just take your confusion and make everything sort of like logic, like, "Oh, I get it. Now I'm getting it," and go.
What church? Oh, I get it.
And make it even dirtier. Make it bad. It's bad. It's, "Oh, I get it."
In my church, we don't believe in Mormons.
What church? I get it. See, I don't understand this. I mean, if I didn't ever see you before, and I don't think I did, then I don't think you should be here in this hallucination because
See how that's logical? See, "Oh, I get it." Like, but I really want to know. I really want to come up with some logic. I'm not confused anymore. I really want to come up with some logic. Take that again.
Well, I
and
have
follow-
one question before I do that. At the
Yeah.
end, the last line in that speech is, "Am I making sense right now?" If she's not confused, why would
No.
she?
Am I making sense right now? Trying to make logic out of it. That's
Ah,
right.
okay.
Let's pick it up from from "Oh, I get it." Here we go.
Oh, I get it.
Maybe now dark, deeper, dirtier.
Yeah.
Oh,
In my church, we don't believe in Mormons.
What church do?
oh.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I don't understand this. I didn't ever see you before, and I don't think I did. then I don't think you should be here in this hallucination, because in my experience, the mind, which is where hallucinations come from, I shouldn't be able to make up anything that wasn't there to start with, or that didn't enter it through experience from the real world. I mean, imagination can't create anything new, can it? It only recycles bits and pieces from the world and reassembles them into visions. Am I making sense right now?
Right, right. Am I making sense right now? I'm saying a lot of crazy things, but am I making sense right now? That's what you're trying. That's what you have to try to do to put that together. You got to really look at that speech from that point of view, Cindy.
Okay.
All right. You know, Vasily, when we got around a section when we were talking about, she says before the world is a finite place. Somewhere in there, she has a line, the world is a finite place.
Yeah.
Right just before there, Vasily, you need to look at your lines because you felt very pacing protected there. You were going at a rhythm that just didn't seem to match what was happening with the character.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember the lines. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you need to get a little further next time because it really just threw out the whole meaning, and it was really tough to follow from that.
It's the whole second theme party. It's all been done before.
Yeah, it's something you learn after your second theme party.
Yeah.
It's all been done before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cindy, what do you have a line? Oh, that happens.
That it's I can't expect someone who's really sick to entertain me. How on earth did you know? Oh, that happens. This is the very threshold of revelation sometimes.
Oh, that happens. This is the very, it's like, oh yes, and that also goes with that, I see something in you. It has to have a deeper sense to it, like you figured some things out. Oh, that happens. Right. Let's go right around there. Let's try that. Okay. And here we go.
Oh, well, don't apologize. I mean, I can't expect someone who's really sick to entertain me.
How no, did you know?
Oh, that happens.
No. Oh, that happened. Don't you know that? In other words, you've got to, right? In other words, there's a sense of something that you now know. Your confusion beat is gone. After you have the logic beat, you don't have to act confused anymore. What I'm saying is now you actually are feeling a connection. Oh, that happens. I know that. Let's go right from there. Go. And.
Oh, that happens.
Now, even deep. Oh, God, I know something. That happens.
Let me give you the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
How on earth did you know?
Oh, that happens.
Can I even deeper, wiser, more sage, like you really know what you're talking about? Set her up again, Vasily.
How on earth did you know?
Oh, that happens. This is the very threshold of revelation sometimes. You can see things, how sick you are. Do you see anything about me?
Yes.
What?
No, it's what? I can't wait to hear because it follows the truth that you've just set up. So go with your what? Go.
What?
You're amazingly unhappy.
Oh, big deal.
Good. Now, right. Yeah. So yeah, and you hold on, go hold on to that energy again, Cindy, but don't watch. You just went, oh, big deal. You showed me your reaction before you said your reaction, right? So I want you to, oh, big deal. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that? But if you demonstrate it before, then the line is redundant.
Okay.
All right, let's do that little section one more time again. That was so much better. You feel the depth of that? In other words, once you're not confused anymore and you try to work out a logic of your situation, you actually begin to understand your situation more. Because, she's a smart woman. She's fucked up, but she's a smart woman. Okay? And here we go.
How on earth did you know?
Oh, that happens. This is the very threshold of revelation sometimes. You can see things, how sick you are. Do you see anything about me?
Yes.
What?
You're amazingly unhappy.
Oh, big deal. You
Good,
need
yeah.
a Valium addict to figure out.
Good,
just
I
exactly.
can't wait till you watch the playback because you answered it with your eyebrows before you said the line. I want you to hold on to that energy. You can hold on to it as you want, but do not indicate what the answer is going to be until you scream it out. Go back one more time. Go.
To what?
Oh,
Same
okay.
place?
Same
Okay.
place. Yes.
How not to know?
Oh, that happens. This is the very threshold of revelation sometimes. You can see things. How sick you are. Do you see anything about me?
Yes,
What?
you're amazingly unhappy.
Oh, big deal. I mean,
Great.
Anna, do you think
Great.
unhappy? That doesn't
Absolutely.
count.
Good. You got it, honey. There you got it. And then you just keep following through on that and let that go. But you see how that energy just keeps you with it all the time. And then the turnaround, I don't see it coming. And you're showing me the turnaround. And there you go. Because that's a really interesting moment for both of your characters. Okay, so those are the things you guys need to work on. Okay, good work. It's coming along. Get off book, please.
We're both like about 75% off.
I know, I love 75%, but let's go for more. Okay. All right, here we go. Good. Yeah. Anybody else have anything to say about that? Come on back. Okay.
And your mic is off.
So shit.
Yeah, I thought the notes were right on.
Yeah, you can really see that. You can really feel that. It's really coming along, and I love it. I love this scene for both of them. Okay, so what do I say next?
I have a thing. Actually, is Rob still on?
I think so. Hope so. Rob?
Earth
Maybe.
calling Rob. Ah,
There he
there.
is.
I was having
For the scene, I meant to say this before for your scene when and Cam, when Bill gave you that play with each other and it's kind of a little bit sexy, it made such a huge difference, to the scene. It just added so much depth.
Well,
So
I-
sorry, I should have said that when you were doing birthday party, but I didn't.
Well, thank you. No, I enjoyed that moment when I got a little bit more playful and sensual.
Yeah, it just gave it a whole other
And
dimension.
it gave so much to the next scene where I
Yeah.
get shit kicked out of me by
Yeah.
it.
That's great. Great. Thanks for bringing that up, Mel. That's great.
Okay.
That's terrific.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go with Anj and John. And then we'll do Cam and Mel with their little scene. How's that?
So we're talking the first scene for Anj and John?
Yeah, which
yeah.
scene do you want us?
The
Okay.
first date or the second date?
Yeah, so here's my thing. I'm thinking about how we set this up in the night that we do the show. If we do the first scene and then we do the second scene, and then if we want to do the psychiatrist scenes, I think we should do them later so then people will understand what happened, so that we'll understand the psychiatrist. In other words, I think we should do this scene and then the two psychiatrist scenes and then the last scene. I think that should be the way we go if we're going to do that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So then they would understand. This is the scene where you throw water in his face, right?
This
Right,
scene,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So let's do this one first. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask you a quick question. Anj and I were talking about this
Sure.
because it's a kind of a minor thing, but she had a point in the scene. She goes, so there, and I don't know if it's this scene or the second scene, Anj, where she says, where there are no waiters here, and I say, well, maybe they're on strike, and then I was thinking, what was going on at that? I mean, why would he say that? I mean, is that just a joke, or was there really like striking going on at that time? We did do some. I don't know. Maybe you can add something on this, Bill. I mean, of what was going on at that time, in I guess the late '70s. But there was a whole labor thing with a multitude of strikes at that point. That's what we researched. Yeah. Yes, Aunt Cam.
I think it's just an in joke. They don't want to hire an actor for it. They don't want to pay another salary. It's a joke about the way theater is. There are constantly scenes where there's a missing character, and it's because they don't want to. They're too fucking cheap to pay another actor.
Well, but there is a waiter that comes on later in the play. There is a waiter.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we looked it up in '78, there was a subway strike. There were all kinds of strikes going on. So I don't remember, a strike, but I don't know.
Well, I think it's only important that you guys decide what
Right.
it is, right?
That's right. That's what we said. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's an intangible decision, right? I mean,
Right.
it's something that both of you guys need to know, but it's not important information to us.
Right.
Is this the strike
What?
going on when Cabaret with Alan Cumming was playing? Because I remember hearing something about how they couldn't get their audiences in.
Alan Cumming, that cabaret was much later.
I couldn't remember what year it was.
That cabaret was in the 2000s.
Okay.
Was it?
Wasn't it? Or late 90s, the
I
late
don't know,
90s?
time, ever since the pandemic, time just has such a strange
Everything blurred.
quality about it.
Well, the only thing I was bringing that up about the waiter, I just thought maybe you'd have some knowledge or information about it. That's all.
Unfortunately, I can't help you. I have no knowledge or
Okay.
information about it.
All right.
But I thank you. I think it was really smart of you guys to look into it, but both of you need to make that decision.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's see the scene.
Cindy, you're going to be on book?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Are you the white male, 30 to 35, 6'1", blue eyes, who's into rock music, movies, jogging, and quiet evenings at home?
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'm Prudence.
I'm Bruce.
Nice to meet you.
Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you. As I said in my letter, this is the first time I've ever answered an ad before like this.
Me too. I mean, it's the first time I put in an ad like this.
And I figured, well, why not?
Right. Me too. Yeah. You have lovely breasts. That's the first thing I notice in a woman.
Thank you.
You have wonderful contact lenses.
Thank you. I like your voice and the timbre of it. It's soft but firm.
Thank you. I like your voice.
Thank you. I love the smell of fruit you're wearing.
Thank you. My male lover Bob gave it to me.
What?
You remind me of him in a certain light.
What?
Oh, I swing both ways, actually. Do you?
I don't know. I always insist on the lights being out.
Oh, I'm afraid I've upset you now.
No, it's nothing really. I just hate homosexuals.
I'm not homosexual. I'm bisexual. There's a difference.
Well, I don't know any bisexuals really.
Line?
Children are all innately bisexual.
Children are all innately bisexual, you know. I mean, if you brought a child to Plato's retreat, he'd be attracted to both sexes.
I should imagine he'd be terrified.
Well, yes, of course. I think so, but I've never taken a child to Plato's retreat.
Well, I don't think they let you.
I don't think I know any children. You have wonderful eyes.
Thank you.
They're so they're so deep.
Yeah, and then she says, thank you.
Oh, you have wonderful eyes. They're so deep.
Thank you.
Line.
I feel like I want to take care of you.
I feel like I want to take care of you.
Oh, I'd like that. My favorite song is Someone to Watch Over Me.
Ah, there's a somebody I'm longing. Da-da.
Yes, thank you.
In some ways, you're like a little girl, and in some ways, you're like a woman.
Oh, how am I like a woman?
Well, you dress like a woman. You wear eyeshadow like a woman.
Well, you're like a man. You're strong. You have to shave. Yeah, I feel you could protect me.
I'm deeply emotional. I like to cry.
Oh, I wouldn't like that. Mm-mm.
But I like to cry.
Well, I don't think men should cry unless something big falls on them.
Well, that's a kind of sexism. Men have been programmed not to show feeling.
And don't tell me about sexism. You're the one who started talking about my breasts the minute I sat down.
I feel like I'm gonna cry now.
Why do you want to cry?
I feel you don't like me enough, and I think you're making eyes at the waiter.
I haven't even seen the waiter. Please. People are staring. They're going to think I said something.
Oh, I feel better after that. Line,
You have a lovely mouth.
you have a lovely mouth.
Thank you.
I can tell you're very sensitive. I want you to have my children.
Thank you.
Line.
Do you feel ready to
Yeah,
make?
do you feel ready to make a long-term commitment?
I feel like I need to get to know you better.
Line.
I feel like we agree on all the issues.
I feel like we agree on all the issues. I feel that you like rock music, movies, jogging, and quiet evenings at home. I think you hate shallowness. I bet you never read People magazine.
I do read it. I write for it.
Me too. I write for it too. Well, freelance actually. I sent in letters. They printed one of them.
Oh, what was it about?
I wanted to see Gary Gilmore executed on television.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Did you identify with Jill Clayburgh in An Unmarried Woman?
Yes, I did.
Me too. We agree on everything. Oh, I want to cry again.
I don't like men who cry. I like them to be strong.
Oh, you'd quite like Bob then.
Who?
You know.
Oh,
I feel I'm irritating you.
no, it's just so hard to get to know people, and the waiter hasn't come, and I want to order.
Well, let's start all over again.
Oh,
Hello. My name is Bruce.
hello.
Prudence. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Line.
It's a lovely dress.
That's a lovely dress.
Thank you. I like your necklace. It goes nicely with your chest hairs.
Thank you. I like your nail polish.
Oh, I have it on my toes too.
Let me see. I think it's wonderful that you feel free enough with me to put your feet on the table.
Oh, I didn't put my feet on the table. I put one foot. I was hoping it would get the waiter's attention.
We agree on everything. It's amazing. I'm going to cry again.
Please, you're annoying me. What is the matter with you?
I feel you're too dependent. I feel you want me to put up the storm windows. I think you should do that.
I didn't say anything about storm windows.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. We agree on everything.
What kind of childhood did you have?
Oh, nuns. I was taught by nuns. They really ruined me. I don't believe in God anymore. I believe in bran cereal. It helps prevent rectal cancer.
Yeah, I like bran cereal.
I want to marry you. Line.
I feel ready in my
I
life.
feel ready in my life to make a long-term commitment. We'll live in Connecticut. We'll have 2 cars. Bob will live over the garage. Everything will be wonderful.
I don't think I'm ready to make a long-term commitment to you. I think you're insane, and I need to go.
Well, please don't go.
I don't think I should stay.
Well, don't go. They have a salad bar here.
Oh, well, maybe just for a little longer.
You're afraid of life, aren't you?
Well,
Your instinct is to run away. You're afraid of feeling, of emotion. That's wrong, Prudence, because then you have no passion. Did you see Equus? That doctor thought it was better to blind 8 horses in a stable with a metal spike than to have no passion. In my life, I'm not going to be afraid to blind the horses, Prudence.
you ought to become a veterinarian.
You've missed the metaphor.
I didn't miss the metaphor. I was making a joke.
You just totally missed the metaphor. I could never love someone who missed the metaphor.
Someone should have you committed.
I'm not the one who's afraid of commitment. You are.
Oh, dry up.
I was going to give you a fine dinner and then take you to see the tree of wooden clogs and then home to my place for sexual intercourse. But now I think you should leave.
Oh, you're not rejecting me, buddy. I'm rejecting you. You're a real first-class idiot.
And you're a castrating frigid bitch.
Oh. Absolutely nothing gets the attention of that waiter, does it?
Good. All right. Good. That's such a great scene, you guys. It's really coming great. I love it. Anj, and your very first thing, I think we should see you reading the ad.
Oh, I was. I didn't come
I know,
off.
try to get the paper into it so that,
Like-
yeah. And actually,
like that?
if you could find a newspaper with the personal sections,
Yeah.
yeah, it would be great. Then we would know exactly where that's coming from.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
John, you say put in an ad like this. Is that something you say? Put in an ad like this early in the scene?
Is
I
that-
said we both say something similar to that. I say I've never put an ad like this in the paper before.
Oh yeah,
I say,
yeah.
me
And
too.
then,
Me too. I mean, I've never, I haven't, I have, what's my line? I haven't,
Okay, wait, I gotta go
what do I
back.
say? I
No.
haven't taken, is the word taken? I don't know why I can't think of the word now. It's the first.
Here, okay, she says, I've never answered one of these ads before. You say me neither. I mean, I haven't put in one before.
yeah. When you go me neither, that's an initial response, and then realize you're not acting the Butch character that you decided you want to play at the beginning, and make that adjustment in the next line. So read the line with that adjustment. Let me hear what that sounds like. Me neither. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because his initial reaction, I think, is unguarded. Me neither. And then he realizes he's just being his wimpy self, right? And he wants to, yeah. And then he sort of covers it, right? I just want to keep playing with that idea. Afraid I upset you. Is that, you have a line with that?
I'm afraid I've upset you now.
What's the line?
That's after we mentioned Bob. I say, she says, who's Bob? And I say, and she goes, oh.
Oh,
Is that where I say that?
No, I don't,
No.
you asked me about, I say I swing both ways, actually. No, you say I swing both ways, actually. Do you? I say, I don't know. I always insist on the lights being out.
right.
And
Oh,
then,
that's when I say I'm afraid I've upset you now.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like you're not even, I don't know why there was a pause or something that just run through that little section.
I think I got caught up with the line and I kept stuttering and hesitating and
Okay.
I was
all
trying
right.
to remember what I had to say. That's why, yeah, I got tongue tied.
Okay. What is the line? Do you have? I'm not a homo. I'm not a homo.
That's wrong too. She said she was supposed to say she's
Yeah.
supposed to
I
say
hate
gay,
gay.
and she said
yeah,
homosexual. What
because
is-
it's from the other scene.
You said she's supposed to say I don't like gay people,
Right.
and I say I'm not gay. I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gay. I'm bisexual. I mean, be sure of it. Be proud of it, because that's you own that, and we find that out in the next scene, right? We find out how much you own that because of that history you have, and it just didn't seem like you were owning that as much.
That's because I screwed up the lines for him.
Right. Okay. Can we go over the Plato retreat section?
Oh yeah, that's another thing I got. Can you go a line or two before that?
Okay. So okay.
Children are yeah. Oh, go ahead. You want go a line before that?
Okay. I don't really know any bisexuals.
Well, children are all innately bisexual, you know. If you brought a child to Plato's retreat, he'd be attracted to both sexes.
I should imagine he'd be terrified.
Well, he might be, of course, but I've never taken a child to Plato's retreat.
Oh, I don't think they let you.
I don't really know any children. You have wonderful eyes. So deep.
Thank you.
No one. Yeah. Let's see if we can do that little section one more time again. Right. It's a nice little section of disagreement there, and try not taking the pause before you have wonderful eyes. Take the previous thing and go right into that, John. Let me hear what that sounds like.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's take the same spot.
I don't really know any bisexuals.
Children are all innately bisexual, you know. If you brought a child to Plato's retreat, he'd be attracted to both sexes.
I should imagine he'd be terrified.
Well, he might be, of course. I don't know. I've never taken a child to Plato's retreat.
Well, I don't think they let you.
I don't really know any children. You have wonderful eyes. They're so deep.
You.
Good. It's much better when it comes out of nowhere. Much
Okay.
better. Anj, you have where's the first time you cry? Hold. What is that?
Who, me?
No. I know. The first time I have a note on do you have a line cry or something?
No, he's, well, yeah, he says, I'm deeply emotional. I like to cry. And I say, oh, I wouldn't like that.
Right.
And he says,
And I say, but I like to cry.
I don't think men should cry unless something falls on them.
That's great. Let's do those lines, but Anj, hang on to the energy on, I don't like men who cry. Hang
Okay.
on to that surety for and just hold on to it, and your next line will be there. And here we go. Let's try that.
But you want to do the line before, but I'm deeply emotional. That when you're saying I would like.
Yeah.
So you say I would like that or something about depending on you. So I'm strong or something. You're talking about men being strong or me being strong. I have to shave and.
No. You're like a man. You're tall. You have to shave. I feel you can protect me.
Well, I'm deeply emotional. I like to cry.
Oh, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that.
But I like to cry.
But I don't. I don't think men should cry unless something falls on them.
Good. Go right. Good. I know you just had trouble getting the line. Let's do that again and trust the energy on. Trust where you are in that line before, and just hold right on to it. And here we go once again.
You're like a man. You're tall. You have to shave. I feel you could protect me.
Well, I'm deeply emotional. I like to cry.
Oh, I wouldn't like that.
Oh, but I like to cry.
I don't think men should cry unless something falls on them.
That's
That's
great.
kind of-
That's it. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. It's, I don't see that coming because it's lost in that other ball of energy that you're holding on to. It's really nice. Again, it's a little similar thing is don't trip. Don't let me know that something really funny's coming. Right?
Okay.
Because the truth is really there. John, the first time you cry, you start to cry, try to fight crying. In other words, it happens to you. Oh my God. Oh God. And then try to stop. Try to stop. And why? Oh God. And what is your first cry? What goes into it?
I say, don't talk to me about sexism. You're the one who started talking about my breast the minute I sat down.
I feel like I'm gonna cry now.
Oh, good. Yeah, right. So lay that line again to him, and John, react to that line. Take that whole line in, let that start to affect you before you even speak, right? And then take it from there. Go, give it
Don't
to him
talk to
again.
me about sexism. You're the one who started to talk to me about to talk about my breast the minute I sat down.
I feel like I'm gonna cry now.
Good,
Why do
good, great. So you got to allow that to hit, John. You got to allow that to hurt you first. That's great. That'd be great. What's the deal about children with you?
With who?
It comes right after that. Something about children.
Me?
I don't know. One of the two of you mentions the word children right after your first cry.
Uh,
I can tell you're very sensitive. I want you to have my children. That's
Yeah. Does that come right after that?
No.
no.
No. All right. Give me a couple lines before it and then let me go into it.
isn't this when I stop crying?
It's about 4 or 5 lines after the line you feel like I'm going to cry now.
All right. Well, let's go back and do that and keep it going. Keep it going through.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Don't talk to me about sexism. You're the one who started talking about my breast the minute I sat down.
I feel like I'm gonna cry now.
Why do you want to cry?
I feel you don't like me enough, and I think you're making eyes at the waiter.
I haven't even seen the waiter. Oh, God. Please. People are staring. I think it's something I said.
I feel better after that. You have wonderful eyes.
Oh, good, John. So right after that, I would like a more Christopher Durang, like, oh, good. I feel better after that. You know, it's like, oh, good. I got that all the way out so that really pronounces that first new beat, even in a more interesting way. Just like we had to have that transition to get into the crying. We need sort of like that. Oh, good. I feel better now. So it's an immediate turnaround. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
You have a lovely mouth.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, John, I had the idea that your costume ought to be one of those open printed shirts, and you should have one of those necklaces with a little Even if you even had in the 70s and the 80s they wore I know it was even be funnier.
More of a gold chain?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Some of them even had like a medallion on it.
Yeah.
Anj, look, please, you're annoying me. Oh yeah, you have the line, please, you're annoying me. When he must be.
Where is that? We agree on everything. He says we agree on everything. It's amazing. I'm going to cry again. Please, you're annoying me.
Yeah, please, and then look both ways.
Oh, okay.
So that we know it's not only about you, but it's about what he's doing in front of everybody else.
Right.
Okay. Also, Anj, a point of view. I don't think I'm ready. What is that?
I don't feel I'm ready to make a long-term commitment with you. I think you're insane. I'm going to leave now.
Good. And basically that's exactly right. Because right there, when you just said that, it sounded like, listen, I've had enough of this shit. I'm getting out of here. That's really what it's got. That's really what you're saying. I've had enough of this shit. I'm getting out of here. And that's really what's underneath.
You are fucked up.
Right. Afraid of life. John, you're afraid of life, aren't you? Right? what you're really doing then is becoming your therapist, right?
Well, that's, yeah. I mean, that's what and going over this and over this and over this. I mean, I thought about this, the last time we were working on it too. But yeah, I think. See, this is what I think about him. I think he's doing this, and I understand this because I did therapy, and so, once you go through therapy and you feel like you're getting better, then you want to save everybody else, and
Right.
You start repeating things. So that's what he's doing. I think he's now using. Well, he does.
You're afraid of life, aren't you? It's almost like I was too, right, John? Because I think that's where he came from, being very afraid of the nuns, being afraid of his sexuality. You're really afraid of life, aren't you? I mean, it's like, holy mackerel, I'm like talking to myself when I didn't know as much as I know now. Great. So it comes from your personal history. And then the water, then the next one should be much quicker and right back.
Yeah.
Right away. There was a little bit of a pause, a thought pause. Don't make a thought
I was
pause.
reacting a little bit before.
Yeah, maybe a little too long. That's
okay.
all.
All right.
Yeah, just take it right. Somebody throws water in my face, I'm not going to think about it too much. Just go right back for it. Just like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Right back. That's great. Good. With those little things, I think we're doing. Oh, also, John, it would also be funny too if I see you lift up the newspaper and read the ad when you quote the ad about her. There's a point in the scene where you say, "You're not exactly the blah 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 blah." You do a direct quote on the ad. It would be great if you had the ad with you.
No. I say to her, I feel we agree on all the issues. I feel that you like rock music movies.
Yeah, I feel that you like rock music movies, and so that we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just another way to bring us back to how we got together. That's all.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's a great scene. It's just getting better and better every time. Anj, I just love the reality of what she's going through, and I love John's sense of freedom in this piece. Like he's really trying to break out, a character really trying to break out of himself. Nice work, both of you. Really good.
Thank you.
Really
You.
good.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks, John.
come on
Thanks.
back, everybody. Yeah, we all love that scene, right?
It's the best.
It is the best. It's the best writing too. All right. So what did we say we were doing next? It was.
Well, you have the two psychiatrist scenes. You have.
But I talked about doing one. I think it was Mel and
Cam and Mel.
Cam and Mel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one I don't have a book for.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
Cam, I mean,
yes, I do. Hold.
Anj
Okay.
is-
Yes, let me get it. I'm sorry.
Does someone have the book for it?
I have it. Hold on a second, please. Where is it? Hold
See where my shoes.
on a second.
I really need something to put these on.
On Angels, here it goes. Okay, I've got it.
Okay. I am not off book yet. Okay.
Okie doke.
That's all right, darling. It doesn't matter.
Drink it up,
Have some
girls.
Wait a minute. I should.
Oh.
try that. Hang on. Something. Okay, come on. I'm not off script, and the script that I have is running around
That's because you've had too much to drink.
much too much. Oh, that's that your line.
No, you just keep drinking, Mel. You just keep drinking.
Okay.
She'll find it, and
Oh.
Are you ready, darling? Are you ready? Oh, have some more wine.
No, thank you.
Oh, well, don't shout.
Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, I shall shout if I like, Julia. You mustn't be dictatorial.
Let's have a toast.
Maurice Duclos.
Maurice Duclos. Ah.
Julia. Wouldn't it be awful if a tree blew down and killed Fred and Willie on the golf links?
Oh, Jane, how can you?
It would serve us right.
Oh, it would be too terrible. I should never forgive myself.
Neither should I.
Have some more wine.
No, thank you.
Oh dear.
What are you laughing at?
You look frightfully funny.
What's the matter with me?
I don't know, you just do.
So do you. Come and look at yourself.
It's our heads, I think. They're far too big.
That's because we had too much wine.
Oh, much too much.
Let's sit down.
All right.
Wouldn't it be terrible if the Queen suddenly came in?
I don't think she will. She's in Paris.
She's back. I'm beginning to feel warm and comfortable.
I'm feeling absolutely splendid myself. Have a liqueur.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I ordered it for you. I thought it would round off the evening so nicely.
Certainly will.
Will you have some fruit?
I couldn't.
Oh, do. I think it rounds the meal off so nicely.
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop rounding off the meal because it's getting on my nerves.
Oh, don't be so temperamental, Jane.
It's only a suggestion. You think it would matter if I took off my shoes?
Oh, not in the least. They always do in Japan, I believe. Quite an old custom.
If Maurice had any instincts, he'd arrive now looking marvelous.
And make the most lovely sort of baffled scene.
What would baffle him?
Us, of course, because we'd be so marvelously aloof and stately.
I shouldn't be aloof and stately. I should give in without a murmur.
Then he'd want me more.
If you think that's the way to make him, you'd better encourage me.
Anyway, Jane, I should never allow you to cheapen yourself.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
Insult me.
I didn't insult you.
Yes, you did. You went too far. What you said was beyond a joke.
It wasn't meant to be a joke. I hate jokes bitterly.
Then you meant what I said?
Meant what?
Well, how can anyone have a conversation with you when you keep on saying what all the time? If you can't say what I grasp, you'd better go to bed.
That was exceedingly rude of you, Jane.
I'm sorry, Julia, but you're annoying me.
Unfortunately, this happens to be my flat.
Never mind, you'll get used to it in time.
Line.
Stop bickering, Jane.
I'm so sorry, but I didn't hear you.
Stop bickering, Jane.
Oh, stop bickering, Jane.
How can I stop bickering when you sit there abusing me?
I never abused you.
Yes, you did. You insinuated that I was brazen.
Well, so you are brazen sometimes. We all are. It's human nature to be brazen sometimes.
Nothing of the sort.
Do stop contradicting me. You're beginning to infuriate me now.
Who was it wouldn't leave London this morning?
Why on earth should I want to leave London this morning? I am very, very disappointed in you, Jane. I thought you had a nicer mind than that.
I suppose you think your mind's a lovely gilt basket filled with mixed fruit with a bow on top.
Well, it's better than being an old sardine tin with a few fins left in it.
You'll regret that remark in your soberer moments.
Oh, I'm sorry. I seem to have lost my sense of humor. Perhaps because I'm tired. I think that we've been together so much lately that we're beginning to grate on one another's nerves.
You're right. Now, tell me, where are my shoes?
I really don't know. They can't have gone far.
I should like to shake you and shake you and shake you until your eyes drop out.
Indeed.
Yes. When you're superior and grand like that, you rouse the very worst in me.
Obviously.
You make me feel like a French Revolution virago, Julia. I would like to rush up and down Bond Street with one of your tiny heads on a pole.
I think it would be as well for you to pull yourself together.
I could bring you down to earth in one moment if I liked.
Nine.
What vulgarity?
Oh, what vulgarity.
This is not vulgarity, Julia. It's something I was much more ashamed of than vulgarity, but I'm not ashamed of it anymore.
I wish you'd
Julia?
go.
I know I've kept something from you.
I wish you'd go home, Jane.
I must have realized all along that you were going to turn out false and beastly.
What are you talking about?
Oh, never you mind what I'm talking about. Where are my shoes?
They're probably under the table. You better get them and go.
Give me my shoes.
Ah, that's better.
Now, I'm glad I did keep it to myself. I suppose you're still far too grand to be curious. It concerns Maurice.
Oh, it concerns Maurice, does it?
I thought that would rouse you.
I think it would be as well for you to tell me if you don't want to wreck our friendship forever.
It certainly will wreck our friendship forever when I do tell you. And I don't care. Julia, I know where he is.
Oh, it's a lie.
No, it's true. He telephoned me while I was dressing this morning.
Jane.
Yes, I didn't want to tell you because I thought it would have hurt your feelings, but now I know. You haven't got any feelings to hurt, only a shallow sort of social vanity.
Well, where is he? Tell me then.
I shall do nothing of the sort. I don't want you to rush around there and make a fool of yourself.
How dare you? How dare you? I shall never speak to you again for as long as I live. You are utterly and completely contemptible. Please go at once.
Go. I am only too delighted. You must curb your social sense, Julia, if it leads to drunken orgies and abuse.
Go away.
Certainly I shall, and it may interest you to know that I'm going straight to Maurice.
Liar.
It's true. And I shall go away with him at once, and you and Fred and Willie can just go to hell. All of you.
Well, I think you've wounded her permanently. Lovely. Good. What's the very beginning? She's back. What is that?
That's not the very beginning. That's
What is that?
that's a little bit down. It's the Queen. When I say, what if the Queen would suddenly walk in, and she says,
I don't think she will. She's in Paris.
and I
Yeah.
say, she's back.
Yeah, keep going.
Then I say, then it says the direction is pause, and then I'm beginning to feel warm and comfortable.
Okay, good. So what you need is some sort of, maybe after she's back, and then take a drink and then feel that, in other words, there
Yeah.
needs to be some sort of connection there, right?
Yep.
All right, great. And and it should make you feel, like the first half of this scene is just fucking great. It's just great. The second half is where I really want you to focus. And I want to go back to the first half again for a second though. How dare you? Who says that?
Why is it at the end?
No, in the, I
Sure,
think
no, I
it's
say, how dare you? I know.
Oh, okay.
in the beginning. What is that in reference to?
Anyway, Jane, I should never allow you to cheapen yourself. How dare you? How dare I what? Insult me. I didn't insult you.
Yeah, both of you go back 3 or 4 lines before how dare you and read into it for me, would you? Thank you.
Okay. If Maurice had any instincts, he'd arrive now looking marvelous.
And make the most lovely sort of baffled scene.
What would baffle him?
For us, of course, because we'd be so gloriously aloof and stately.
I shouldn't be aloof. I should give in without a murmur.
Well, then he'd want me more.
If you think that's the way to make him, you'd better encourage me.
Anyway, Jane, I should never allow you to cheapen
You
yourself.
don't need any encouragement, any encouraging.
Could you give me the line again, darling?
You don't need any
No,
encouragement.
not you. I mean
If
the
you
other one,
think
the
that's
other
the way to
darling,
make him,
Jane.
you'd better encourage me.
Oh, you don't need any encouraging.
What do you mean by that?
What I say?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, line?
Anyway, Jane, I should never allow you.
Oh, that's where that line goes. Anyway, Jane, I should never allow you to cheapen yourself.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
Good. How dare you? How dare you? You need to take that last comment in. You need to feel that insult and then come out with how dare you. And that's the beginning, and that's how your beat changes. But you're not taking that in first. You're just coming out with your response.
Okay, right.
Right. Now, ladies, get me to something around fins in it. Fins in it.
Oh, yes.
What comes? Read me into it 2 or 3 lines before and go through it.
Okay, that goes to London.
Who was it who wouldn't leave London this morning?
Who
Oh,
was it that wouldn't leave London this morning?
why on earth should I want to leave London this morning? I'm very, very disappointed in you. I thought you had a nicer mind than that.
I suppose you think your mind's a lovely gilt basket filled with mixed.
Good. So Mel, it seems like you're making the first sort of aggressive remark there. You're starting this disagreement, right? You're kind of taking a light moment and you just added a shade of darkness to it. And then she picks up on that shade of darkness and returns it to you. And that's what I want you guys to build on. All right. Try rolling into that again. All right. Here we
Who
go.
was it wouldn't leave London this morning?
Why? Oh, can we go a bit further up?
Yeah.
Sure,
Than that.
sure. Okay, so actually it's go back to it's a little okay. Going to go back to that's exceedingly rude of you, Jane, or oh, this is after how dare you?
Well,
Yes, it is. Oh, it's certainly after how dare you.
Okay. Then
It's
you
after-
meant what I said.
then what?
Well, how can anyone carry on a conversation with you when you keep on saying what all the time? If you can't say what I grasp, then you better go to bed.
Is this where we're supposed to be?
No, I don't think so.
No,
It-
I don't
it's
think
something.
so either.
It's all I remember. I just wrote the lines "fins" in it.
Right.
I just thought that would be a line that we could
Well, if
find.
you wanna
It says, do stop contradicting everything I said.
Stop bickering, Jane.
Stop bickering, Jane.
How can I stop bickering when you sit there abusing me?
I never abused you.
Yes, you did. You insinuated that I was brazen.
Well, you are brazen sometimes. We all are. Everybody's brazen. It's human nature to be brazen sometimes.
Nothing of the sort.
Line.
Do stop contradicting everything I
Do
said.
stop contradicting everything I say. It's beginning to infuriate me now.
Good. You see now, it's you felt bothered there and said, "Do stop." I want you to argue back to her because it's really starting to piss you off, rather than the burden that it created on your forehead there. Rather, I want you to go right back at her and follow through on that. See where that takes us. Go back to where we started before.
Stop bickering, Jane.
Yeah.
Stop bickering, Jane.
How can I stop bickering when you sit there abusing me?
I never abused you.
Yes, you did. You insinuated that I was brazen.
Well, you are brazen sometimes. We all are. It's human nature to be brazen sometimes.
Nothing of the sort.
Oh, do stop contradicting everything I say. It's infuriating me now.
Who was it wouldn't leave London this morning?
Well, why on earth should I want to leave London this morning? I am very, very disappointed in you, Jane. I thought you had a nicer nature than that.
I suppose you think your mind is a lovely gilt basket filled with mixed fruit with a bow on the top.
Great,
It's
great,
better-
great. Now you see how this started a great argument, right? That is fueled by the alcohol because your editors have been removed. Because the alcohol has removed your editors, and so you have to be just as happy and drunk and wonderful as you were 5 minutes ago. You've got to be the opposite right here, right? You've just got to be as cruel and vicious as you can possibly muster
And
from it.
quick.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and no editor, right? And it's right from here, actually, Cam, that you just want to leave and you want to get out of here, and you know that becomes your action. Always trying to get in the last word, always trying, you know, I mean, this really begins the motivation for your exit, for your character's exit.
Okay.
Okay, great. It's coming nicely. It's really great. It's like I say, the first half is hysterical. Now you've got to use the alcohol to argue with each other. You've got to allow the editors off. It's like the gloves are off, kids. You know, as nice as we were to each other, we can just be as horrible as we were to each other and enjoy being horrible because we are loaded. Okay? That's the difference. It's not just hate. It's hate because it's hate fueled by an alcoholic beverage, which often leads us in the wrong direction. Yes.
Good.
All right, nice. It's such a good scene. It's coming so well. God,
Great,
I love it.
great.
I just remember where we started with it and where it is now. It's so fucking good. Oh, you guys love doing it too, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I just felt that it was dragging, you know, so this is going to be really helpful, and
Yeah.
you've got to go pit pat.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't drag at all in the beginning, but as we get to the end, it doesn't, and it can't. It's got to be, you know, you guys are you're just really going at each other without an editor. There's no other way I can say it.
And I think the lag was because there were some lines that like 3 lines. Oh, it would like a line would be, and then someone would skip to the 3rd line. So I think that's what was happening.
Yeah, because you guys aren't quite off book yet.
But that's okay.
But it's coming along great. It's just, so good. I love both of you in
Good.
this.
It's fun. Yes, it is fun to do. And it's so different from my other 2 scenes, which I
Oh,
love.
my Lord. Oh, yes. And actually, if Mel could help you just a bit on your British dialect, it'll really help both of you a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
a little bit.
I'll do it.
Yeah, because, you know, you can't do Noel Coward without a British accent. It's just, it's not doesn't work. Doesn't work. I think you can do Pinter without a British accent, but I think you can't do Noel Coward. Okay, Rob, do you have anything else that you're going to work on
Yeah, well, the thing with Cindy,
with
the stuff, the two short scenes that I wrote.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll do John and Anj on the second scene from Christopher Durang.
All right. Let me pull it up because I'm not off book on this.
Well,
And
second one, I'm not for sure because you just sent it. Which one are we doing first?
the last plane to China. Let's do that first, since I just made a few edits while during class.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Hold your horses.
When I move this thing, I either grow or shrink. Okay.
Hold on.
When you get to be my age, kid, you're just shrinking.
Oh, yeah, they tell me I'm 4'10". I'm like, give me a break. I'm 4'10 and a half.
Gotta be kidding me. I went to the doctors last week. They measured me. I was 5'7". I used to be 5'9". I've lost 2 inches.
I've lost an inch.
Wow.
Apparently I've lost a half. I'm like,
Tell you,
wait,
all I've been doing is stretching exercises ever since the doctor's appointment.
I've gained some cholesterol though.
Thinking about getting one of those things where you hang upside down.
with my luck, if I did that, my arms would grow and the rest of me wouldn't.
All right, let's see what goes on with this scene. Here we go.
Hey, listen, Rob, I just have to tell you a quick story because my son a week ago declared he was going to Tanzania. And
Okay.
I just thought of this play because I just wanted to say, no, but he's there. Now he is there.
Oh, your control issues came out in you. Oh, I see.
Right, absolutely. But he's there and it's all fine. Okay, I'm gonna.
All right, thank you.
All right, good. Here we go.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you. No.
I gotta go, Dad.
What do you mean you gotta go?
I can't stay here anymore.
Where are you going?
China.
China.
Yes, I'm going to China.
What on earth for?
I want to spread my wings, Dad.
But Teresa, you don't need to go to China to spread your wings.
Yes, but that's what I am doing.
Who put you up to this? Who's behind this?
Dad, I am not going with any guy.
What, so you're going alone?
Yes.
That doesn't sound very safe. Remember the time you went to Wisconsin all by yourself? You ended up in the hospital?
Yes, Dad, I got food poisoning and I was out the next day. Everything worked out fine.
What if you get food poisoning in China?
Don't they have hospitals there too?
I suppose so. Well, what if you run into the Chinese mafia?
Dad, please.
I thought maybe you might be going with some group or something.
No, Dad, just the me, myself, and I group.
Why don't you consider a nice place here in Jersey City?
Oh, what? So you can have me in your backyard?
Come to think of it, there's an available apartment right next door to us.
Dad, I need to get away.
Away from me, right?
I didn't say that.
But that's what you were thinking.
I need to be on my own, make my own decisions.
You can do that next door.
Dad, I gotta go. Now stop controlling me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
I know, Dad, I know.
I love you.
I know you do, Dad.
Do you really think you'll be safe in China by yourself?
Yes, Dad.
I certainly hope so.
I'm a grown woman now.
You're still my little girl.
Not anymore, Dad.
I guess I'm just not needed anymore.
Oh, sure you are. I just have to do this so I know that I can. It's important to me.
Okay, if you must go, fine. I will give you my blessing.
Great. Thank you.
Will you call me
Every day? Of course.
every day?
Every other day. I need my space, Dad.
Fine, every other day.
Look, I know you care about me, but trust that you and Mom raised me well. I'm intelligent. I won't do anything stupid.
Don't eat any sushi.
I won't.
How soon are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I got a last minute super cheap flight with China Airlines.
And when are you returning?
I don't know.
This is a one-way flight?
Yes.
Where will you be staying?
I've worked something out with the Bear Sanctuary I'll be volunteering at.
A bear sanctuary?
It's a fabulous deal.
It doesn't sound very safe.
Will you please stop worrying?
Well, don't stay long then. Not more than a month, all right?
Dad,
Okay, 2 months.
I will let you know when I decide.
Fine. Jeez. This is so hard on me, baby girl.
I know.
You're moving so fast.
I like moving fast.
Too fast.
It's the best way to move. Fast and free, courageously and decisively.
I used to say that all the time.
Yes, you did. You taught me well.
Well,
Well, Dad, I'm on the next fast plane to China, thanks to you teaching me so well.
Oh, God. Shoot me now.
Oh, don't say that, Dad. So long for now.
Wait 1 minute. I should say something.
What now, Dad?
I'm sorry. I have been so desperately trying to control you here. I shouldn't keep doing that. Please forgive me.
It's okay, Dad. I know you worry a lot ever since Mom died.
No, I've always been a controlling father, even before that.
It's okay, Dad. I forgive you.
Thank you. Have a safe trip now. Don't forget to call.
I won't. I know I'll hear from you if I don't.
Oh, you better believe it. What? See.
Good, so you still need an ending for that scene. It just stops. So she has to exit, you have to be alone, or you have to exit, she has to be alone. There needs to be a finish to that, so.
All right. I wasn't sure if that was I just added those few lines during class.
Yeah, well, that's okay, but just try to work out a last moment, where somebody's doing something and something happens and that's the end.
I don't know what you're saying, Bill. I thought that was a good ending. And
Well, yeah, read the last 3 lines. Go ahead. What are they?
No, I have always been controlling father, even before that.
It's okay, Dad. I forgive you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a safe trip now. Don't forget to call.
I won't. I know I'll hear from you if I don't.
Oh, you better believe it. I guess I can feel, I knew it was not quite complete. I'm not quite sure
There
what.
we go. That's all. I'm just bringing that point to you. That's all.
Yeah.
Cindy, you say at the beginning, and I'm just questioning this, you say, I gotta go at the beginning. That's your very first line. Am I correct?
Yeah, I
But
got
later on in the scene, Rob, you say, I thought you were going with a group. And how do you know if it feels like at the beginning of the scene that you don't know she's going anywhere and she comes in and says, I gotta go. And you're surprised by that. And then later you say, I thought you were going with a group.
Okay, maybe I should correct that line saying, I thought you
Well-
might be going with a group.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
did say, who put you up to this? Who's behind this? I'm not going with any guys. So what, you're going all alone? Yes.
Well, I mean, it even could be flattened out with, it's time, Dad. It's time for me to leave. It's time for me to, something like that. So then it isn't, I gotta go just out of nowhere. In other words, like you would be in an office or the kitchen or someplace and she would walk in with a suitcase and she says, okay, well, it's time for me to go. And then your first line in reaction to that would be what, Rob?
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean you gotta go?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right. What do you mean you're gonna go? I didn't know you were going now. In other words, there needs to be something that brings this moment to a point. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so rather than just coming out of the blue saying, I gotta go, Dad, there's no.
Yeah, it's time I play.
Right, you're
Yeah, right.
right. And then you've commented this before. It's part of the improv issue is that, you don't always have a clear
Beginning. You don't always have a clear beginning and end, and that's all you need from there.
All right.
And then somewhere in here, there's a line that says, you're going away from me. You're going away from me.
I got to get away from me, right? Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
that, yeah. And this has nothing to do with the writing. This has to do with the acting. Away from me, right? That has to do with a history. That has to have to do with some history between the two of you. In other words, it's got to mean, yeah, away from me, just like, you went to college or you went, in other words, that this has been there's a
Right.
process of a history of her moving away from you. You just got to bring that to that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And wait 1 minute, stop, last word. What is creatively and decisively? What is that? That's
Not creatively and decisively, courageously and decisively.
It's about moving fast. And I was reading it as to say, this is what you said to me all the time.
Yeah. Yes, creatively and decide. And you really got to know that line because it's something a mantra that you've carried around with you.
Yeah.
It's just same thing when Rob's character says, well, you're still my little girl. There's got to be that history of how you used to talk to her when you were a little girl in that line, Rob.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Just that sense of history. And then wait 1 minute, right? Don't you say that, Rob?
Yes, that was the new line I just put in there.
Right. Well, wait 1 minute. There has to be something really important that's going to close out the scene. That's why it's like something that you've been holding back that you really wanted to say. It needs that.
I thought I was putting that in there with trying to apologize for being a control freak.
Then go right from there. Go wait 1 minute. Go right from there. Let me hear it.
Just wait 1 minute. I should say something.
Nah, sorry.
All right.
What now, Dad?
I'm sorry. I've been so desperately trying to control you here. I shouldn't keep doing that. Please forgive me.
It's okay, Dad. I know you worry a lot ever since Mom died.
No, I've always been a controlling father, even before that.
And no, I've always been in other words, you're straightening something out. It's the last word. I'm straightening this out. Keep going from there. No, I've always been. Go.
No, I've always been a controlling father, even before that.
And be more sure of that. No, I'm admitting it. I'm copping to it. Go.
No, I have always been a controlling father, even before that.
It's okay, Dad. I forgive you.
Thank you. Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Have a safe trip. God, I got that out. Yeah. And the ending could be thank you. Have a safe trip. I'm hungry. I got to go in the kitchen and get something. So that it's actually you walking out on her. In other words, that somehow it makes it easier for your character to leave her if you're the one that's leaving. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got you. So there's a closure to the scene where it moves to something else.
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
That feels good. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, so
Do the second scene.
yeah, let me see, where is it?
Woman's Day 2.
What? Hold on a second.
Ooh.
Woman's Day 2, you got it.
Yeah, got it.
All right. I did add that last line that you gave me last week, Bill.
Okay.
Hold on one sec. I don't have. I just need to get you up there. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Pendleton. How are you doing today, sir?
Yes, I am good. What can I do for you?
I wanted to discuss something with you, sir.
Yes. Well, what is it? I'm very busy right now.
Sir, it's my workload. I am taking on twice what I had before.
Yes, of course you are. What do you think? I don't do twice what I did when I first started here? This is routine for all our employees.
Yes, sir, but I was just thinking.
Please, Miss Gates, just do your job.
Sir? Sir, can you please look at me when I'm talking to you?
What is it, Miss Gates? For Christ's sake.
I need to discuss my salary with you, sir.
Oh, you're looking for a raise, are you?
Yes, well, I think I deserve it. I'm working very hard, sir.
Well, hard work is good for the soul. Aren't you happy working here, Miss Gates?
Yes, I am, sir.
Good. So be happy with the way things are. Get back to work. That Frederickson deal you are handling is way behind schedule. That should have been closed last week.
I am doing everything I can to move that forward. They are the ones delaying the close.
Remember, you closed the deal. Don't wait for any sucker to close it for you.
Yes, sir. I will make the close happen now. Now, to get back to my raise.
Yes. We will discuss the raise for you next year. Is there anything else?
Sir, I am raising 2 boys alone now without their father's help. Please, I beg of you, consider my request, sir.
I am so very sorry you married a deadbeat dad. But that's not the company's responsibility.
But sir,
We just don't have the budget for any raises right now.
yes, well, we had enough in the budget for the man before me who got paid 40% more than I'm getting now.
We don't discuss former employees here, remember? Your contract agreement when you signed on with us?
Yes, sir, but why is it I get paid 40% less in salary? Why am I being treated differently?
Well, you're getting paid quite well considering your credentials. Are you not?
Yes, but why does a man get paid more than a woman with the same credentials?
Yes, well, he did do his job quite handsomely. That's all I can say.
Sir, I am a dedicated employee. I have done an excellent job. In fact, I have cleaned up several oversights your man mismanaged with the Petroselli deal.
Oh, that Petroselli deal was in the bag. Wait,
I beg to differ with you, sir.
Miss Gates, if you're not happy here, there's no one's forcing you to stay.
This is all because I am a woman, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Miss Gates, you are a woman, aren't you?
I don't like the sound of that.
Well, you can like it or not, Miss Gates. This is what you are, a woman.
Mr. Pendleton, I am more than just a woman. I am a valuable member of this organization, and I am a human being that deserves respect.
Yes, and you are growing in this organization. The question is, how fast do you want to grow? As I have said to you before, there are ways you can make your job serve you better if you choose.
Yes, and I told you before, I am not interested.
How badly do you want this raise, Miss Gates?
Very much so, but not this way.
Miss Gates, thank you ever so much for being such an outstanding employee. We always reward employees that perform well. Wouldn't you like to perform for me right now?
No, I would not like to perform for you right now, sir.
Oh, come on, Miss Gates. You know you want me. Every woman wants a powerful man such as myself.
Not me, sir.
Are you certain?
Of course I'm certain.
Oh, come on. Stop the pretense. You know you want to squeeze and lick my lemons. So why don't you just have a taste?
Mr. Pendleton, this is sexual harassment, and I want you to know I have you on tape here, and this is the last time you will see me without my lawyer. Have a good day. I'll see you in court, you bastard.
Hello, Miss Johnson. Yes, would you please get my wife on the phone? Thank you.
Good. See, now that's a good ending to that scene. She walks out on you, and then you have one phone call, and of course you're calling your wife. That's great. That's perfect. Well, I mean, you couldn't have written a more despicable character for yourself, Rob.
I know.
I mean,
It's like, I know.
I just keep trying to find something,
All the time.
but something redeeming about him. But you know, I mean, I think the whole aspect of it is, I mean, the play that's behind who he is as a character is he's just somebody who's just not happy with his wife, with his life, with his place, he doesn't want to hear crap from anybody, you know? And so, I mean, when you're playing a character like that, Rob, you can't play sleazy. You've got to play what's happening to emotionally that I can't have no control over is that I'm happy and I'm tired of everybody always wanting more from me. And it's always like I'm never giving enough to anybody. And now this woman walks in my room. So that's what's happening to me emotionally before it happens. And then she walks into the room. So it's on top of everything that's happening. You've got to survive another conversation, just like the ones you've been disdaining before she walks in the room. Does that make sense? So it doesn't make you, at least when you're playing the character, and you all got to realize this, when you're playing a character who is this despicable, you have to find a positive reason why he's so despicable. You just can't be despicable. It doesn't work. It's got to be for a certain reason. And I don't feel that because I'm just talking about the act. As far as the writing goes, like I say, you've written yourself into a corner about despicability, but now you've got to find the humanity in the despicability.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What is the reason that I am like this? Why am I such an asshole like this? And then you're playing something that's human and not something that's just despicable, which creates the horrible obstacle for poor Cindy's character, who's just trying to get in here and trying to get something positive. And Cindy, you play the scene pretty well. I like it. You come in with a really positive attitude, and then you start to stand up for yourself. And you know what you're doing, and she's a sharp employee. So what I would like to do is to, if you're going to keep working on this, Rob, I think it needs to come from your end a little bit more, is why the fuck am I like this? And if I am like this, then you got to be like it all the way. You know, it can't be halfway. It can't be, start the scene again for a second. Let me hear. Here we go.
Hold on a second.
Oh, this is so odd. This mouse scrolls exactly the opposite way you think you have to scroll. Okay. Hello, Mr. Pendleton. How are you today, sir?
Yes, I am good. What can I do for you?
I wanted to discuss something with you, sir.
Yes. What is it? I'm very busy right now.
Sir, it's about my workload. I am taking on twice what I had before.
Yes, of course you are. What do you think? I don't do twice what I did when I first started here? This is routine for all our employees.
Yes, sir, but I was just thinking.
Please, Miss Gates, do not think. Just do your job.
See, so what you need to do in this first beat is please, Miss Bates, just don't think and do your job, right? Get her the fuck out of here. If my history, the reason that I'm in this mood is because I've been putting up with this shit all day, and then more shit comes in, then your first motivation has got to just cut her off and get her the fuck out of the room. That's your first tactic. And then she won't leave. So then you've got to create another tactic based on what's happening to you today. That's what I'm talking about. That's the work the scene needs.
All right.
All right. Good. You've written yourself into a corner. I want to see you act your way out of it. You've got to be oppressed. You've got to be a person who's oppressed, who's under a lot of pressure, who just can't take one more thing. Okay.
Right.
The worst of us are all trying to survive. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Let's go back. Come on back, everybody. Let's do, because John will be leaving us. Let's finish off tonight with John and Anj in the second scene from Christopher Durang. Okay, and then we will get to, and we will get to Cam and Mel. All of you guys will get that next week because John won't be here. So.
Me and
I don't think we won't get to it tonight. This is a long scene, so.
the scene between me and Anj is not long. It's
No, we'll get to that scene next week when John's not here. Okay? Okay, here we go. Everybody click off. Here we go. I love those glasses, Cam. All right.
Oh,
Hello again.
hello.
Odd coincidence.
Yes, it is.
Are you meeting someone?
Well, yes, I am.
Me too.
Are you are you waiting for someone who answered your ad again?
Yes, I am.
I'm answering another ad too. I'm embarrassed to say.
Oh, never be embarrassed. We're all human.
Well, yeah. I think I'll wait over there. Excuse me. Yes.
I'm afraid it's crossed my mind that You answered my ad again.
I wouldn't be so stupid as to answer the same ad twice.
I changed my ad. I was looking for a different sort of a person.
Were you the Pulitzer Prize winning author 6'4" who likes Kierkegaard, Mahler, and Joan Didion?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
I see. Well, that was a stupid list of people to like anyway.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just bad luck that it's you again.
Oh, thank you very much.
Or rather, I mean, it's bad luck for you too. I mean, that it's me. I mean,
I feel so stupid. I mean, do you think we're the only two people who answer these ads?
I doubt it. Maybe we're fated.
Jinx seems more like it.
Line?
No. You think you're unlucky, don't you?
You think you're unlucky, don't you? In general, I mean.
You're gonna sit down, are you?
Well, what else should I do? Go home to Bob?
Oh, yes. How is Bob?
Well, he's kind of grumpy these days.
Well, perhaps he's having his period.
I don't know much about menstruation. Tell me about it.
Yes, I do think I'm unlucky.
What?
In answer to your question, I mean, I'm attractive, aren't I? I mean, not to sound conceited, but I know I'm fairly attractive, and I know that I should be able to meet someone intelligent and nice, but all I ever meet are creeps.
Thank you very much.
No, you're not a creep. You're more of a crackpot.
You're never going to have a successful relationship if you insult people.
Well, I'm sorry. I guess that was insulting, but aren't you a crackpot? I mean, from the last time I remember, you line.
Weep easily.
You weep easily. You have some sort of male lover, and you want to take frightened children to Plato's retreat. Don't you think I'm an idiot for staying at this table with you?
I think you're an idiot for being so harsh on people. It must make you very lonely.
Yes, it makes me very lonely. I mean, do you think probably I'm the only sane person in the world?
Well, what's so wonderful about being sane? You must have madness, Zorba the Greek said.
To whom? Sylvia Plath?
You really don't like me, do you?
I don't really know you. No, I probably don't like you.
It's probably because I'm line.
You think I'm not masculine enough?
You think I'm not masculine enough, don't you?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
No, I can tell. Women always look at me, and I can hear them disapproving of me because I don't swagger. The old John Wayne syndrome.
Oh, really? It has nothing to do with masculinity. I mean, you seem like a perfectly normal person to me, on the surface at least.
Thank you. You have wonderful eyes.
Do I?
You don't know how to accept a compliment.
Well, it's sort of pretentious to stare soulfully at somebody and say, you have lovely eyes. I mean, do you get results like that from men?
You're making fun of me.
Oh, no, I'm not really. I'm just confused about this Bob. I mean, if you're living with him, why do you want to meet a woman?
I want to be open to all experiences.
Sounds all very well, but surely you just can't turn sexual on and off sexual preference.
I don't have to turn it on or off. I prefer both sexes.
Oh, I don't know. I find that so difficult to understand, to believe.
Well, then why would I be here with you if I weren't interested in you?
Well, perhaps you're trying to murder me or punish your mother.
Or maybe I'm just trying to reach out and touch someone.
Oh, I think that's the slogan to Coke or Dr. Pepper.
The telephone company, actually. But it's a good slogan. I mean, isn't that what we're all trying to do? Reach out to another person? I mean, I put in an ad in the newspaper after all, and you answered it.
No, it's very hard to meet people. I mean, I meet people at the magazine, but they're never right. Oh, last week I met Sean Cassidy. Of course, he's too young for me.
Bob really likes Sean Cassidy.
Well, I'll have to try and get them together.
How come a pretty girl like you hasn't been married?
Oh, how cute. How come a pretty girl like you hasn't been married?
Well, I was married. Right out of high school, I married this girl, Sally. I knew all through grammar school and everything. We were married for 6 years.
Oh, why'd you break up?
I didn't understand about bisexuality then. I thought the fact that I wanted to sleep with the man who came to read the gas meter meant that I was queer.
I never am home when they come to read the gas meter.
I blame it on the nuns, really. Sisters of Mercy. I mean, they didn't tell us anything about bisexuality.
They didn't?
And so then Sally found out that I was sleeping with the gas man and she got real angry. But I didn't know then. I didn't know enough then to know that what I felt was perfectly normal. And that really, it's very nice if I was attracted to both my wife and to the gas man.
Hmm.
So, so then he took me to this very repressive psychiatrist who thought I was really sick. And he put me in the hospital and he gave me a brain scan to find out what was wrong with me. And after that, twice a week, we went to see him to find out what was wrong with me. And every 2 weeks, Sally made me go see this priest who lectured me and read to me from the book of Leviticus.
I don't really know the book of Leviticus.
Oh, it's this really terrific book in the Bible that says that if two men sleep together, they should be put to death. And how you shouldn't eat any animals with cloven hooves or who chew their cud. And then they have this long list of animals. And then all about how women who have their period are unclean for 7 days. And you can't, if you touch them, you have to go wash yourselves. And you can't sit in a chair they've used or anything. It's a really good book.
What happened to Sally?
Oh, she was real mad at me, I guess. So she fell in love with the manager at the A&P and we got a divorce. So then I came to New York and I got a better therapist who made me see that what I felt was perfectly fine. And I've really been much happier. Although Sally still hates me.
Hmm.
What about you?
What?
What about your life?
Well, I haven't been married. Well, I could have married this high school basketball player boyfriend that I had in high school, Paul Renard. My mother wanted me to marry him, but he was very tall. He wore sweat socks and he drank a lot of milk. And then we went to the same college and we kind of got engaged and nobody else asked me and my mother thought it was a good idea. But then after a year of being engaged, I realized I really didn't want to be married to him. I kept thinking, I've got to break it off, but I couldn't.
How come?
Well, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't want him to know how much I really didn't want to marry him.
But you finally told him.
Well, I realized it was bad to marry someone out of politeness. So after months and months of putting it off, I finally told him. I was very sweet and nice about it. But when he said that I should, not make any fast decisions, I sort of like lost control and I started to shout at him and he was taken aback. And then he got insulted and said he was going to join a monastery. But I think that's silly because I don't think Unitarians have monasteries. But in any way, I didn't have to be Mrs. Paul Renard. Thank goodness.
Have you ever seen a therapist?
Yeah, I'm seeing one now.
Oh, I'm glad.
Well,
And so then what happened after college?
I went to journalism school and my mother kept saying, why aren't you marrying Paul? It drove me crazy. And then she finally stopped.
How come?
Well, he married my younger sister.
How odd.
I know, I thought so too, but why shouldn't he? I didn't want to marry him. They have 2.8 children. She's pregnant.
Oh. Well, who else did you go out with?
Well, for a while, I was afraid if I saw anyone more than 2 times, I'd have to marry them. But I never saw anyone for long. But then I realized it was silly because I didn't have to marry anyone I didn't want to, unless, of course, I went out with them 4 times.
Oh, well, line?
Well, what else?
Oh, well, what else?
And then I came to New York, and I don't want to go on. And then I lived happily ever after.
Has there ever been anyone serious?
I have 2 cats. It was serious. Let's see. Oh, well, my boss at Newsweek, that was serious. He was married, and he said he couldn't get a divorce because his wife was hopelessly insane, like in Jane Eyre. I should have known better. She wasn't insane. She was in the Bahamas. Well, that took me months to break off. I was afraid he'd fire me, but then, and I just finally quit. And then I went to work for Time. And at Time, I met Howard, who seemed sweet, but then he turned into a lunatic. Huh.
How a lunatic?
Well, he was a twin, and he thought he was his brother. And then when his brother came over, he didn't know who he was. So then after a while, I stopped trying to have relationships. So then I went to work for people.
You shouldn't be so afraid of trying. Is that the right line?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be so afraid of trying.
Well, you never met Howard. I did have one pretty good relationship.
I'm glad.
Thank you. For about a year and a half, I lived at this aging line.
Preppy.
Aging preppy named Michael.
I'm an aging preppy.
I know. Michael was a lawyer and very smart and very nice. And I should have been happy with him, and I don't know why. And he was allergic to my cats, which I took as an omen of sorts. So I just broke it off.
Line.
And you haven't gone out with anyone since.
And you haven't gone out with anyone since?
Well, I go out with people, but it never seems to work out.
Line.
I bet you're too hard on them.
I bet you're too hard on them. I bet the second night you decide they're dull or a lunatic, and then you just give up on them.
Well, I guess I do sound judgmental, but why shouldn't I be? Or should I pretend that someone is wonderful when he's stupid and idiotic or crazy?
No, but it sounds like you judge people too quickly.
Well, perhaps. But how many times would you date David Berkowitz?
You went out with David Berkowitz?
No, it was a rhetorical question.
Well, don't you ever want to get married?
Oh, I have no idea. It's so confusing. When I was a little girl, $1 Million Movie was showed this film called Every Girl Should Be Married for 7 days every night. And it was about this girl who was played by Betty Drake. And she wanted to marry this man played by Cary Grant, she sees him in a drugstore. She sees him for 2 minutes, and she wants to have his babies and live with him. But he finds her obnoxious, and he tells her so. But at the end of the film, he says, "Oh, I give up. You're adorable," and then they get married.
Well, it was a comedy.
And what confused me further was that the actress Betsy Drake really did marry Cary Grant in real life, but that, you know, they got divorced and he married a few other women. And then Diane Cannon says later that he was crazy and took LSD, and maybe no one would want to be married to him. But if you can't be married to Cary Grant, who can you be married to?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Well, Line.
You should give things
Well,
time.
you should give things time. Line.
First impressions
Right.
can be wrong.
Well, you should give things time. First impressions can be wrong. And maybe Diane Cannon was the problem. Maybe anyone married to her would take LSD. Maybe Cary Grant is still terrific.
I don't want to talk about movie stars anymore. Mm-mm.
No, you're right.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, I
I
sell
never asked you.
I sell mutual bonds. Would you like to buy some?
No, I don't really understand mutual bonds, so please don't tell me about them. I don't want to know.
Line.
You're so afraid of things.
So afraid of things. Line.
I feel this overwhelming urge.
You're so afraid of things. I feel this overwhelming urge to help you. We can look into the abyss together.
Oh, please don't say pretentious things like that. I'll break out in a rash.
Oh, no, you're right. Sorry.
Oh,
I set what line?
I guess I am pretentious.
I guess I am pretentious.
well, I'm really too hard on people.
No, it's line.
You're probably right to dislike me.
You're probably right to dislike me. Sally hates me. Sometimes I hear myself and I can understand why no one likes me.
Oh, please don't be so hard on yourself on my account. You're stupid. So everyone else is. Oh, I'm sorry. That sounded terrible. I'm stupid too. Everybody's stupid.
Oh, it's human to be stupid.
Mm.
There's a somebody I'm longing, da 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 dum.
Someone to watch. Oh. I didn't know you were going to stop.
Sorry, I didn't know that you were starting.
Oh, I know, it's a stupid song to like.
It's a pretty song.
Well, I guess it is.
I like you.
Do you?
You still don't know how to accept a compliment.
Well,
Just say thank you. Really, just say thank you. I do like you. I like women who are independent-minded, who don't rely on a man to do their thinking. I like women who are persons.
well, you sounded like you were coached by Betty Friedan, but otherwise it's a nice sentiment. Of course, any woman who would like someone to watch over me, she wouldn't be an independent-minded woman.
We have to allow for contradictions in ourselves. Nobody is just one thing.
Oh, that is very true. And that wasn't a crackpot comment either.
I know it wasn't. And just because I'm a crackpot on some things doesn't mean I'm a total crackpot. In many regards, I may be a fine and sensitive person, but you'll never find out if you close yourself off before you get to know me on the basis of a few crackpot comments.
Oh, that's true too. Not as true as the other comment, but true too.
I do like you. Do you like me?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't really know you yet.
Line?
Do you want to know me?
Do you want to know me?
I don't know. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. I mean, we did meet through a personal ad and don't have a Pulitzer Prize winning.
Oh, I have a membership at the New York Health and Racket Club.
Well, similar, but not the same thing.
As a member, I can get you a discount.
Oh, no. I don't know if I'm ready to exercise yet. I'm thinking about it, but I'm still cautious.
We're getting on, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess we are. You think maybe they don't have waiters in this restaurant?
Oh, well, maybe they're on strike. Well, why don't we go to another restaurant? I know a good Mexican one.
I don't like Mexican food, I'm afraid.
Japanese?
Well, no.
Chinese?
Well, more than Japanese, but not really.
Well, where do you want to go?
Well, we could go to an American restaurant. I know I'm very dull. I mean, I didn't even like vanilla ice cream when I was a child. I was afraid of it.
That's a significant statement you've just made.
It does sound pathological, doesn't it?
Oh, don't be afraid to sound pathological. That's what I've learned from my therapy so far.
Oh, what kind of therapy are you in? One of those crackpot specialties? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just being judgmental again. I just thought you probably wouldn't be in regular therapy, but one of those nut therapies. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be judgmental. Let me try again. Are you in a unique therapy?
Unique is a good word. We're all unique, Prudence.
That's the end of that scene?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on back. Where'd you go? Okay, there you are. Okay, so haven't seen that scene in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither have we. No, we rehearsed.
Clearly. Yeah, we rehearsed. Yeah.
All right. Well, that explains a lot. So that's good.
No, we did rehearse.
You did rehearse today?
Yeah. This week and today.
This side. Okay. All right. I think if we're going to keep this, I think you guys have to look at cutting it. I think it's going to be too long, right?
Yeah.
And I think it has to be, I think the great place to cut it to get the difference in the scene, because there's really a contrast in the scene. The contrast starts after he sings once again. So there must be a way to get that in much earlier, right? To get that in so that we can play the goofy half on the first part, that we can get to that, and then we can get the coming together of the scene. Can you guys look for those opportunities?
Yeah.
How to cut the scene by, a significant amount. And that would be the way to do it.
Okay.
The other thing that you've got to look at, Anj, that you have to look at is a lot of your experience. You know what's so interesting about John's character this second time around is he seems like completely connected. He seems like he's really getting better. I mean, there's no point. There's a point but she seems to be sort of logically putting things together. And there's a sense of logic in some places that's not there. And I think it only has to do with that you haven't really worked through it to find that sense of logic yet. But if she's not trying to work through the logic of her crazy relationship, then what else is she doing? It's all got to seem logical now. It's like all of those relationships were so far in the past that it's easy to talk about them factually because they are all so much in the past, right?
All right. Yeah.
And what she has difficulty with is the present tense. I don't think she has trouble with the past.
Right. You're right.
And that's what I sort of want majorly. I want you guys to work on those major issues, and then we'll come back and get the specific shit from there.
Okay,
Okay?
Yep.
But I mean, it's the whole sense that she actually logically talks herself into a relationship here.
mhm,
And because it certainly isn't John John's character that does it. John is open to almost anything she wants to do. He almost feels, damn, he just feels so healthy, you know? He just feels like he's really coming into his own. And I think he subconsciously brings you into your own as well. And you're freer to talk about what has happened to you, and you can look at it without emotionally being involved with it, but just because if you look at the logic of it, of your relationships, are much funnier. When you create, give me one example of one of your relationships in the past. Go find one there from. We could have gotten married. We could. What is
oh,
that?
yeah, I haven't been married, but I could have married this high school basketball player.
Right. Well, it's me. Well, I haven't married, but I could have married this high school basketball player. You see, we ba 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 ba, and so it's easy to talk. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got
Right?
it.
And that there needs to be the understanding of the whole thing, and that you understand the craziness is what makes it funny.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, you're right.
All right. So those are the things you guys need to work on.
I felt like I was on the wrong path tonight.
Yeah. When both of you were sort of, I mean, John's on the right path because it's an easier path to follow in this scene. And he's right on that path, and it's good, but it's yours. He almost creates the sort of thinking that brings you two together. He helps create that. He motivates that for you, and you respond to it in a bring the logic to the craziness that you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Come on back,
thank
everybody.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thanks,
thank you.
John.
Thank you.
There's Cindy. There she is. Hi there, darling. Okay. All right. Where's Cam? There's Cam. Good. And Vasily. Good.
Trying to get my camera on.
Okay, you guys. Good work this week. John won't be with us next week, so we'll be able to work on everything else but what John is working on. Okay.
Okay.
I love you guys. I'll see you all. Feel free to send me my tuition. That would be great.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. This way I could pay the rent and come back next week. See you. Love you all. Thanks.
Bye.